Welcome to Azure Mastery Program, batch number 84. Today is the first session. This week, I'm planning to go little slowly. The region, I'm assuming most of you are from non-cloud background. Maybe some of you are already aware little bit, but most of you are totally new to the cloud. So the plan is to go slowly, clear your concept, and from tomorrow we are going to start the practical implementation as well as assessment also. So total there'll be total 25 session, means total 75 hours in next 3 months, Saturday and Sunday. This is the timing 8 to 11 a.m. IST. Uh, Assessment, usually I start the assessment from next day, means from tomorrow, second class, I'll start the assessment. Assignment will be shared from second week. So total you'll get around 18, total 22 assessment. And almost 80 to 90% time I'll focus on the practical implementation use case study, and the remaining time into preparation other activities. So welcome to all of you in batch number 84 of Azure Mastery Program. So as most of you know, my name is Aradhya Singh. I'm part of IT ecosystem since last 2 decades and working on Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing since last 15 years. Or you can say close to 15 years I'm working on this particular platform and providing this type of training and certification since last 12 years. That's why this is the batch number 84. So far, I have trained more than 2,500 candidates across the globe. So here, my specialization is in automation, cloud solutioning, architecting, administration, as well as the development. So whenever you guys feel you have any question related to automation, development, data platform, software engineering, administration, or architecting, you can ask whatever the question you have. I'm free to take your question. So best timing in case after the session, in case you want to discuss, you can call me Monday to Friday morning, 7:30 to 11 o'clock. This is the best time when I'm completely free. So today is the first session. Let's start from here. So as you know, the program name is Azure Mastery Program. So question is, what is Mastery Program and why we are covering the Mastery Program? What is it compulsory to go with the Azure Mastery? So answer is yes. Cloud computing is not good to have in 2025. It's a must to have. It means IT survival is almost impossible without cloud. Ultimately, directly or indirectly, you are using or you have to use the cloud. If you're not open to adopt the cloud, data, and AI, then IT survival would be almost impossible. So what's happening nowadays? Almost all the companies are upgrading. So what they're doing, they are doing layoff of the employees who are working on the legacy platform tools or technology. Same time, same companies are hiring also, but for the cloud data and AI professional. Cloud is the big basket. Under this basket, we have the data and AI. So it means in case you're planning to start the data or AI, before that also you have to start the cloud. So question is why it is, oh, what we are doing here. So cloud is replacing traditional IT ecosystem. Earlier means 2 decades ago or 1 decade ago back. So almost everything like software development, data platform, networking, infrastructure, it was available or it was the part of on-premise IT ecosystem. But nowadays, almost all the organizations are moving their data, their business from on-premise to cloud. So cloud is replacing traditional IT ecosystems. Nowadays, new projects are more than 70 to 80% new projects are the cloud-based, directly or indirectly. Second is the security and hybrid work needs. So here, guys, because of this particular needs, like hybrid consistency, security feature, also companies are preferring to go with the cloud-based ecosystem. Career growth and job shifts. Nowadays, if you check, so most of the jobs, at least 70% jobs are related to cloud. For example, if you're working as a software engineer or maybe data engineer, you're working as an infrastructure engineer in your organization, in your project, it will be used. So high demand for the Azure skill. So guys, in Azure cloud computing, there are various type of roles are available. More than 50 type of roles are available, and there's a huge demand from industry. Next is data and AI are on Azure. So nowadays, everywhere people are talking about the data, cloud, and AI. As in beginning, I told you, data and AI is also the part of cloud ecosystem. And nowadays, most of the companies, 95% Fortune 500 companies are using cloud computing. So because of all these regions, what we are doing, we are offering this specialized code. The code's name is Azure Mastery Program. In Azure Mastery Program, we are starting from very beginning to architect level. Here we are covering develop, dev, administration, architecting, and automation. So these are the four key component, or these are four key areas where we are focusing. The region is in one project, there'll be some part of the development, maybe some part of the data, and some part of the automation also. So we are providing a consolidated package which you can use in real-time situation. So under this program, we are covering 40 services plus minus 1 2. Plus minus 1 2 means, uh, Microsoft introducing lots of new services. If some new services will be introduced, so usually I'm considering one or two services. And if something is about to retire or is it about to upgrade, in that case, that I don't consider. Here I haven't written the automation, but automation is one of the key feature of cloud computing. That is the part of it. Fleet compute is also not mentioned here, but that is also the part of it. So guys, here we are covering multiple databases, identity and security services, some DevOps and monitoring services, networking services, data storage services, compute, and app services. If you see here the list here, like Azure SQL Database, SQL MI, Cosmos DB, Intra ID, Keyword, DDoS protection, Microsoft Defender, policy security, DevOps board, monitoring, log analytics, application insight, Azure automation, virtual network, virtual machine, VMSS, public IP address, NSG, load balancer, application gateway, traffic manager. So these are the services we are going to cover in next 3 months. So total count is 40. 40 plus minus 1 or 2. Okay. Now question is why we are covering 40 services. So guys, this is very specialized type of codes where you'll get huge number of services covered. Region in real-time ecosystem, whenever you're going to design your solution on the basis of one, two, or three services, you cannot design a solution. That will be a lollipop type of solution. Means it's not a solution. For example, suppose you're saying in cloud, hey, let's do one thing. I'll not use anything else. I'm planning to use the Databricks only, or I'm planning to use the Cosmos DB only. So is it possible to design the solution? No, that will be used like the tool, just like the platform, not as the solution. For the solutioning point of view, we need good understanding of multiple cloud services so that we can provide the best solution to our customers. That's why we are covering diversified list of the services so that easily you would be able to provide the solution to the customers also. So another question normally people are asking, hey, after this course, whatever the different type of opportunities are available in market. So the number of opportunity or number of roles are not fixed, but more than 50 type of roles are available after it. For example, architect. So there are multiple type of architects are available like storage architect, network architect, infrastructure architect, cloud architect, solution architect, enterprise architect. So if anyone who is going to start the career as a fresher, or maybe your experience is 2 years, you cannot appear as an architect. So these are the specialized role for the people where the experience is greater than 10 years. So if you are the part of IT ecosystem, you already have completed the Azure Mastery Program, your knowledge is diversified, then what you can do, you can plan your career toward the architecting side. So these are some of the roles available as an architect. Similarly, if your experience is moderate level, like maybe somewhere between 2 to 10 years, and you are planning to appear as a cloud engineer, so in cloud engineering also, there are multiple roles are available, like multi-cloud engineer. If you already have worked on any other cloud, like Google Cloud, AWS Cloud, or Oracle Cloud, and you are going to learn Microsoft Azure also, what you can do, you can appear as a multi-cloud specialist or multi-cloud engineer, cloud optimization engineer, cloud migration engineer, infrastructure support engineer, cloud engineer. So these are some of the roles available as a cloud engineer. Similarly, there are multiple roles available under the administration side, like cloud admin, cloud virtualization admin, security admin, storage admin, and many other type of platform admin. So many other type of roles also available. Platform admin means normally these engineers are working with the developers. Developers means maybe with the software engineers or they're working with the data engineers. So usually they are called as the platform engineer. Okay. Or maybe platform admin. Similarly, there are multiple roles are available under the DevOps, security, as a developer, as a support specialist, as a data engineer, network role, and cloud consultant role. So if anyone who is from the IT ecosystem or non-IT ecosystem, they also can plan their career with the Microsoft Azure cloud computing. The reason in year 2025, companies are not looking for the degree. Companies are not giving the weightage to the degree. Companies are giving weightage to the knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you're most welcome. If you don't have the knowledge, it's a challenging, guys. For example, 10 years back, uh, mostly company was focusing on the degree. You are from which engineering college? What is your percentage? But nowadays, I know lots of people who are not from even computer science background, but they're doing so great in IT ecosystem. So here I'll take a pause for a few seconds. If you have any question, please unmute and clear your doubts. No question?
Dear Asad, I have two questions.
Yes, please ask your question.
So the security part, how much does it cover? Does it cover SC 200 or AZ
No, no,
500
no,
kind
no,
of?
no, no. No. So mainly after this program, after this program, in case you want to clear 900, 104, 204, or 305. So these are the four certification you guys can target. Okay, in case you're planning to do any specialization in any other particular stream, so a couple of more services you have to explore. Okay?
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, another I have a question actually.
Yeah,
So I
sure.
come from a background where I used to work as a SharePoint on-premises administrator. Okay. And currently in my organization, I'm working as a SharePoint Online, Microsoft Teams, and Intune administrator. So when we are talking about cloud administrator, does it involve all the services inside Azure? Uh, who, whom should
So
I
I'll tell you
need
one
to
thing.
be have
Okay,
expertise about?
I'll tell you.
That's my question
I'll tell you.
actually.
10-year back, 10 to 15-year back, SharePoint, one of the platform which was highly in demand. Still it is in demand, but SharePoint is in demand. SharePoint professionals not in demand. Means if you check on Naukri portal or job portal, you will get very limited number of jobs. Or especially nowadays, you know, everyone is using SharePoint. Almost all the organizations are using SharePoint. But how many SharePoint engineers or admins they have? They have very limited number of engineers. Plus, if anyone who is working on the SharePoint since long time, they're also exploring some other area, the region growth, salary, and many other opportunity. So these are some of the parameter. Because of it, they are struggling. I mean, on these three areas, they are struggling. They don't have much or good number of opportunity. They are not getting very good salary, high appraisal, promotion. So what SharePoint professionals are doing, they are looking some other areas. So for the SharePoint engineers, cloud is one of the best platform. Now, question is, if anyone who is working as a SharePoint developer or SharePoint admin, so what they should do, if they will go for the Azure Mastery Program, they will use all the services. Answer is yes and no. Maybe in one project you will use 10 services. In another project you have to use 20 services. So if you are working on one, two, or three services, survival would be very difficult. And nowadays, what companies are expecting multi-skill professional. It means if your knowledge is diversified, if you have the good exposure of the multiple Azure services, you'll be always in a demand. Clear, Ankur?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Okay. Any other question from anyone else? Abdul Malik, Abida Sheikh, Aditya Verma. Any question?
No, all clear.
Okay. So cloud computing. So guys, whenever I'm asking this question, hey guys, what is cloud computing or what is cloud? Different people have different view on this. Some people are saying, hey, cloud is the software, cloud is hardware, cloud is data center. So means different people, different view on cloud. But the fact is, cloud computing is not a hardware, it's not a software, it's not a data center, it's not a technology even. So question is what exactly the cloud computing is. So cloud computing is just a concept. And as per the concept of cloud computing, what you can do or what companies are doing, companies are delivering the computing services over the internet. It means delivery of the computing services over the internet is cloud, and this is just a concept. So whatever the tools, technology, platform, infrastructure, softwares are available in on-premise ecosystem, what you can do, same you can deliver on top of the internet through the cloud computing. Okay. So question is, for example, Active Directory, Exchange, file server, app server, multiple databases, network, storage, or whatever the IT ecosystem is available in on-premise, same thing you can deliver directly on internet. That is cloud. So delivery of your computing services over internet is cloud, and this is a concept. So question is, if cloud computing is a concept, then what is Microsoft Azure? What is Amazon AWS, Google GCP? So these are the cloud-based product from different providers. For example, Azure is Microsoft product, AWS is Amazon product, GCP is Google Cloud product. So it means cloud is a concept. There are lots of companies. What the companies are doing, they're offering their own public cloud computing product available in the market. So Azure, AWS, or GCP, these are the cloud-based product from different service providers. As of now, any question from anyone? Aditya Verma, Firoj Ahmed, Jitendra Kumar, Pramila Fernando, Satyajit Senapati. No question? Okay. So one request to all of you, whenever you feel you have any question, you can unmute and ask your question. So journey of cloud computing. So guys, the name cloud computing is not new. The cloud computing was available, or this terminology was popular since very long time. But earlier, most of the companies were using the private cloud. Here we are focusing, or we are talking about the public cloud computing. So the journey of public cloud computing started from 90s. So in 1991, public internet and web browser was launched. It was 6 August 1991. After launching of public internet, it became very popular. If I'm talking in India, the public internet was launched on 15th August 1995 by BSNL. Now, I'm saying why I'm talking about the India specific. India is one of the very big IT market. So here in India, it was launched on 15th August 1995 by Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. It was Tata company. After launching a public internet in India, it became very popular. People, professional institutions started realizing that going forward, everything in future, everything will be available on top of the internet. And that time will be called the Web 2.0. It means everything will be available on web. Even that time I was in a college, we were also saying I mean, I was in college in 2001. So we were saying, hey, going forward in future, our network, our software, our data, everything will be available over the internet, and a new technology is about to start, which is called the Web 2.0, means everything on web, means next version of the web. So this concept were realized by a company named is Amazon. What they did, they launched the first public cloud computing product in market in the year 2006. So initially, AWS was offering only public infrastructure. They were not offering lots of tools, technology platform. They were offering only public infrastructure. So because of the public infrastructure, it became very popular. And whatever the opportunity were coming from the market, it was going with the AWS only. Why AWS only? The reason that time there was no other provider available. There was single provider available, which was Amazon AWS. It became very popular and captured 100% of the market share. Microsoft was starting realizing pressure because of this opportunity. They lose this opportunity. So they announced in 2006, they announced that they are going to start their own version of the public cloud computing. And finally, after 4 years, Microsoft launched the beta version of cloud. That time it was called the Windows Azure. The cloud that we are going to learn from today is not the Windows Azure, it's a Microsoft Azure. But in 2010, it was called as the Windows Azure. So in beginning, it was called the Windows Azure, but after 4 to 5 year, in 2014 especially, Microsoft renamed the brand name from Windows Azure to Microsoft Azure. So nowadays, the cloud that we are going to learn from today is called the Microsoft Azure. But earlier, in 2010, from 2010 to 2014, it was called the Windows Azure. So in 2014, what Microsoft did, Microsoft first changed the brand name from Windows Azure to Microsoft Azure. Plus, Microsoft had lots of skilled professional. Microsoft started, agreement with the large business organizations. So my question is, why Microsoft changed the brand name from Windows Azure to Microsoft Azure? This is open question. Anyone, any idea? Why Microsoft changed the brand name from Windows Azure to Microsoft Azure? Upendra.
Maybe it's working on any operating system. Windows is like Windows-based operating system only.
Okay,
So
you're closer. You're closer. So guys, Windows, it will give the sense that like it's for the Windows only. Earlier, Microsoft was not very much open. They were rigid. They were trying to offer internal product only. So when Microsoft started the public cloud computing, they were offering everything on top of the Windows. But in later stages, they're realizing that we have to open, we have to be very much open. Otherwise, survival would be very difficult. So in 2000, from 2014, Microsoft started supporting Linux also. Means they started supporting open source also. So Microsoft changed the brand name that we are not supporting only Windows, we are supporting everything. Whatever the tool technology platform you're looking for your business, we will provide you from our side. So Microsoft changed the brand name from the Windows Azure to Microsoft Azure, that this is not the Windows related product. This is Microsoft product. You can use as per your requirement. So they changed their brand name. They hired thousands of skilled professional uh, from different organizations from different countries. Plus, they started tie up with the large organizations. So as of now, Microsoft is working with more than 1,400 cloud partners, including SAP. Okay, so wherever the SAP will be subscribed, for example, I'm running an automobile company, I'm planning to subscribe, I'm planning to use SAP in my organization. So if I'll buy SAP, by default I have to use the cloud. The region, SAP and Microsoft, both are the partner company. The entire SAP ecosystem is available in the Microsoft cloud. So in 99% plus cases, SAP will be available on Microsoft Azure cloud computing. Now again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, please unmute and ask your question. So guys, there are multiple key players available in market. like Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, Google GCP, IBM. Earlier it was called the Blue Mix, then IBM Cloud, Oracle, Fujitsu, Alibaba, VMware, and many more. Players are available or cloud providers are available in the market. But there's a main competition is between two companies. One is the Microsoft Azure, and the second is Amazon AWS. So these two are the key players. Why I'm saying key players? They are offering more number of services. They have more number of data center. They have better technology, better support, better infrastructure, more customer, more upgrades, more functionality and features. So, so these two are the key players. Now, question is, if these two are the key players, then which one is better? Anyone, any idea? Microsoft Azure is better or Amazon AWS is better? Snehal.
Microsoft.
Okay. Anyone else? Shonu Sharma, Suresh Kumar, Susipta, Tripathi, Thangarasu, Tharun,
Microsoft Azure.
Upendra, Varanasi.
Can you guys hear me?
Microsoft. I would
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Microsoft.
No
Yes,
question. No questions.
Krishna, I can say.
I think for web development, most of the companies go for AWS. For data engineering and stuff, companies go with Azure. So it really depends on the use case.
Okay. So guys, both providers are really, or both cloud is really very good. It's ultimate. No doubt. If I'm talking about the IT companies or about the companies, almost all the companies are using both cloud. For example, SCL, TCS, Wipro, Accenture, almost all the clouds, all companies are using Microsoft Azure as well as the AWS. But these two companies are self-claiming they are the market champion. They're champion. For example, just like the Hindi news channel, all the news channels are claiming that they are number one. Similarly, these two companies also claiming they are number one. And that's a fact also. They are number one in different segments. Microsoft is number one in one segment, while AWS is number one in other segment. Okay, let's check where and which product is better. For example, if you're looking for the pass-based capability means if you're looking for any solution directly on top of the pass-based, like on top of the browser-based solutioning, if you're looking for, then in that case, Microsoft is champion. They're number one. They're leading. If you're looking for the Windows infrastructure, so in this area also, Microsoft is leading. If you're looking for the SaaS services, you're planning to subscribe some SaaS services, so in that case also, Microsoft is leading. Revenue-wise, Microsoft is leading. YOY, yearly growth, year growth wise also, Microsoft growing faster than AWS. Number of services offered. Lots of people are saying, hey, AWS is offering more number of services, which is not true. Microsoft is offering more number of services. The reason Microsoft is not a new company. They are in IT ecosystem since very long time, so they have more product available market compared to AWS. Plus, Microsoft, they already have the tie-up with the thousands of companies, thousands of other companies. So there are other third-party products also available in Microsoft ecosystem. Plus, Windows security-wise also Microsoft leading. So these are the some of the area where Microsoft is leading. Some other area like Linux infrastructure. So in this area, AWS is leading. Market share wise. So nowadays in year 2025, both are very close to each other as per the prediction by Gartner. In next 1 or 1.5 year, Microsoft will lead in this segment also. So earlier, initially, AWS started its journey with 100%, but every year AWS is losing its market base. I'm not saying they're not growing, they're growing, but they're losing their market base. So from 100% to less than 30% market they have now. Similarly, Microsoft started with the 0% and now they are close to 25%. So both are very close to each other nowadays. The number, every month this number is changing, guys. So number of data centers, so AWS is still offering more number of data center compared to Microsoft. Linux security wise, AWS is leading. So these are some of the area where these two companies or products are leading. But in nutshell, I would say both cloud are really ultimate one. These companies are not our relative. Okay, so these are not our babies. So if as a judge, I'm not a judge, but as if I'm going to judge, so I would say both are really ultimate. If you're getting opportunity to learn both of the cloud, it would be good for your career. Whatever the services are available in Microsoft ecosystem, same is available with a different name and different user interface in AWS also. If you are working as a software engineer, data engineer, or any other type of profile you're holding, you will get opportunity in both of the cloud. Suppose you're applying to work as a cloud specialist, you're working as an admin, developer, architect, software engineer, IoT engineer, or any other profile you're holding. So all these profiles are available in these two clouds. If you have the knowledge of both of the cloud, then you can appear as a multi-cloud specialist. So usually these people are very highly in demand. If you have the knowledge of multiple cloud, you'll get a more opportunity compared to others. Okay. Now again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, please unmute and clear your doubts if you have any. No question. So guys, in market, we have three types of cloud providers available. One is public, second is private cloud, third is hybrid. Some of the companies are using public cloud, others are using private cloud, third type of companies are using hybrid cloud. Doesn't matter what type of cloud you're using, everywhere you'll get good number of opportunities. And market is growing for the public, private, as well as the hybrid. Everywhere, so you'll get the growth. So the question is, what's the difference between public, private, and hybrid? So guys, let's discuss in detail about the public cloud computing. So these are the some of the uh, you know pros, or good part which in favor with the public cloud, and these are the bad part for the public cloud. So let's talk about the good part. So first, it's a very simple and user friendly. It means here you no need to get the access of the infrastructure. You will get the portal, you will get a website, or you'll get the web portal where you just go create your account and access it. The user interface is designed in such a way that very easily you can understand. So it's a user friendly and very simple to use. And you don't need to get the access of the infrastructure. Virtually, you can do whatever you want. For example, if you're planning to create a machine, you're planning to create a data platform, you're planning to create a IoT ecosystem, everything you can create, manage, monitor through the what from your virtual location, from your home location, you can do it. You don't need to visit to Microsoft data center. So everything is available virtually here. It's a very much flexible. Plus, whatever the performance you're looking for, it will. I mean, you'll get the basic, bad, best, all the type of performance available here. For example, suppose you're planning to create a machine. You're planning to create a machine with a bad configuration or poor configuration, that is available. Just go create a machine with one CPU and 1 GB memory. Same time, if you're looking for a machine with the very high configuration, so maximum configuration as of now available is 400 plus CPU. Means in one machine you can attach 400 CPU and around 20 terabyte, 20 plus terabyte of RAM. Means memory you can attach in a VM is more than 20 terabytes, not a GB, it's a TB. So guys, and here you will get 12,000 type of sizes available depending on your requirement, or 1,000 type of sizes are available depending on the requirement. Just go and select the size. So the performance of your application, performance of your solution is depend on your pricing tier. What type of pricing tier you're selecting, accordingly you'll get the performance of your application, solution, or data platform. Plus time saving. If you're good, technically, if you're good, then you can save time. Here, most of things are supporting automation. Through the automation, you can save your most of the time. Public cloud computing is working on the pay as you go model. It means you have to pay after the use. So just use for 1 month, then after it, you have to pay. And public cloud computing is accessible from anywhere. If you are in rural area, you are in metro area, you are from Afghanistan, Nigeria, you are from Andaman Nicobar Island, or you are from any other location, you can use or you can access public cloud computing. The bad part with the public cloud is uh, you need a good internet connectivity. If the connectivity of the internet is not good, then it's not easy to use it. Plus, the solution that you're going to design, it should be scalable, reliable, If the solution is not scalable, reliable, not safe, then you will face more attack compared to the on-premise one. The reason this is publicly available. So here, guys, people who are working as a solution architect, the salary structure for them is very high. The region they are the people who will decide whether the solution is scalable, highly available, secure or not. One decision will change everything. Okay. The example of the public cloud computing is Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, Google GCP. These are the example. So public cloud computing, public cloud services are available over the browser. You can use it virtually. For example, in case you're planning to provide a data platform related solution, engineering related solution, network related solution, IoT related solution, or something else. So virtually from your office or home, you can manage your services, manage, monitor, deploy everything. You can manage from your office or home network. Any questions so far related to public cloud computing, guys? No.
No, Alex.
Okay. Second is private cloud. So, guys, in private cloud, you will get the physical access. In public cloud, you'll get the virtual access, means from anywhere you can access it through the website. While in private cloud, you will get the physical access. It means you have to visit in a data center. Just go physically, you have to manage everything. So here you will get more control over the underlying software, hardware, and data. Easy customization. The reason you have the physical control and more data integrity. So these things are in a favor. But the bad part is if you're planning to set up your own private cloud, the cost of installation and maintenance is high. Scalability is sometimes not easy, sometimes not possible. Plus, to maintain it, you need lots of people. Hundreds of people or thousands of people are required to manage the private cloud. I'll give you, I'm going to show you something. So, Noida data center. Noida is one of the city here in India. If you check on Google, you'll find there are 30 to 40 companies, more than 30 to 40 companies are trying to set up their own data center in Noida location, including Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Samsung, Adani Group, Hiran Adani Group, JLL, Webworks, Controls, Entity, Railtel, and many more companies. So there are more than 30 to 40 companies. What they're doing, they already have the data center available or running or in progress. The total 30 to 40, more than 30 to 40 billion dollar investment here in Noida location to set up the data centers, including Adani Group, Reliance Jio, Microsoft, Samsung, Controls, GLL, Webworks, Entity, Railtel. Okay, so if you can check here, you'll get huge number, even NetWeb. And if you see how much amount they're investing, some of the companies maybe $300 million, $2 billion, $2.5 billion, $3 billion. This is the investment amount. So nowadays, you see here, we okay, 2023. This is for Techno Digital. So there's the other company, Techno Digital. So there are 30 to 40 company. So as of now, the biggest data center is Iota. There's a company named Iota. They have multiple data centers available in Noida location. In fact, multiple data center means they have around 6 to 7 data center, or maybe and others are in development. So they are, as of now, this is one of the biggest data center. For others, it is in progress. In one data center, thousands of people are working. They have multiple setup available. So this type of multiple setup they have, and thousands of people are working under each data centers. So here in beginning, I told you, if your company is planning to set up a private cloud, private ecosystem, so cost of installation and maintenance is higher. Over there, what companies are investing $200 million, $600 million, $1 billion, $2 billion. So if your company is planning, or if any company is planning to set up a data center, big data center, private cloud, then cost of investment and maintenance would be very higher. You need to have thousands of employees to manage it. So guys, so here, second one. The third is, and the example is, I given you the example of multiple companies. Third is hybrid ecosystem. So the third type of solution is hybrid type of ecosystem or hybrid cloud. In this type of ecosystem, what companies are doing? Companies are using the best features from the public and private cloud. For example, suppose you're looking for the AI, data, and infrastructure. So what you can do, AI and data you can use from the public cloud, and infrastructure you can use from the private cloud. Means whatever the network, machines, data storage required, you can use from the private cloud, and core services which is not available in private cloud, you can use from the public. So public cloud computing or public cloud providers are offering best feature, best technology, best support, better availability, so better technology. Here, private cloud providers are offering mainly, I'm not saying only, mainly private providers are offering infrastructure, cheapest infrastructure, while public cloud providers are offering infrastructure, PaaS services, SaaS services, and many other type of services they are providing. So if any company is looking for the best feature, best technology, they will prefer to go with the public cloud. If you're looking for, if you're more concerned on data, you don't want to expose the data, you don't want to store your data in a public cloud computing, then they may prefer to go with the private cloud. Example, if I'm talking about the most of the IT companies, most of the IT companies use the public cloud. But if I'm talking about the other companies like Haldiram, okay, Haldiram, or there's the other company, Green Lamp Industries. Okay. So you see, this is one of the CRM I developed in 2021. Between 2019 to 2021, I developed. So here I'm using, data platform I'm using from Microsoft Azure, software engineering from Microsoft Azure, but some part of the infrastructure is available, or you can say most of the part of infrastructure is available in private cloud, which is TCL, Tata Communication Limited. So this is one of the web portal I developed between 2019 to 2021. And here we are using public as well as the private cloud. So question is, why companies are using, if the public cloud computing is offering best feature, then why companies are preferring to go with the private cloud also? Why they're using? The reason is private providers are offering cheapest infrastructure. So guys, infrastructure cost will be very lower compared to the public cloud. So lots of organizations are using the private cloud. They don't want to go with the public cloud. If there's a requirement to subscribe any best feature which is not available in a private cloud, they will subscribe. So if the company is going to subscribe to some feature, are going to use the some services from a public and private, this type of solution is called the hybrid type of solution. It's a flexible according to the need and most cost effective model. For example, if you're using the public cloud computing, maybe $20,000 per month you have to pay as an operation cost. But if you're using 50% from here and 50% from here, maybe you have to pay $15,000 only, or maybe less than that amount you have to pay. So 25%, 30%, or 40% companies are saving because of the hybrid based approach. So nowadays, there's a hybrid engineer, like hybrid cloud specialists, also highly in demand. So if you can provide the hybrid type of ecosystem, it would be great. And we are covering some part of it in hybrid cloud also. So some of the services we will use to implement the hybrid ecosystem. But the problem with the hybrid cloud is it requires regular monitoring, more maintenance. And if you're going to use as it is, it will be one of the cheapest. But if you're going to customize too much, then it will be one of the costliest model. So make sure, guys, how you're going to use it. If you're going to use it as it is as an out-of-box feature, then it will be the cheapest one. If you're going to customize it too much, then it will be one of the costliest solution. Okay, so again, let's refresh it. Public cloud computing, you guys can access virtually. Here you'll get the best feature, best technology, and whatever your requirement you have, you'll get everything with the best feature, best performance. But cost-wise, this is costlier compared to other. Private cloud is mainly offering the infrastructure, and but you will get more control over the data. If any company is planning to maintain the data inside the cloud, so they can. Even example I'll give you, there are lots of organizations like Haldiram. It's one of the very big FMCG company. Green Lamp Industries, Green Ply. So these are the non-IT companies. One second. Green Lamp Industries. So this is interior related company. They have the IT department, but in their IT department, 3 to 5 members are working. Only 3 to 5. Okay. And their IT ecosystem is managed by Tata Communication Limited, which is one of the private cloud. TCL. TCL is private cloud. The reason is IT is not the core area of Green Lamp Industries. So what they are doing, they're outsourcing their IT ecosystem to TCL type of cloud providers. So TCL is one of the private cloud provider. Okay. Similarly, Green Lamp. This is Green Lamp Industry. There's another company, Green Ply. Green PLY. So Green Ply. This is another company. They also have the IT department, but 3 members are working in IT department, and everything is outsourced to another company name is Tata Communication Limited. So guys, in India, not only India, outside India also, there are millions of companies. They don't have the IT department, or in IT department, they have a limited number of members working. What they are doing, they are outsourcing their business to private providers. So in public cloud computing, if you're using public cloud computing, you are using, I mean, as an individual, you can use your company like TCS, Wipro, Accenture, all these companies also can use, but and their business model is B2B and B2C, business to business, and as a consumer, as a customer also you can use. But the business model of the private cloud is mainly B2B. It's a B2B and B2C. And the business model for the private is B2B, business to business. So for example, suppose I'm running my own company where I have thousands of members in my organization. What I'm planning to use the private cloud. What I want, uh, I'm planning to outsource my IT department. So in that case, software development, data platform, network, storage, security, everything will be managed by private cloud providers. So private cloud providers are offering big data centers. In the data center, multiple other companies' data is being maintained here. For example, suppose there's a data center in Delhi NCR from a company, private cloud, and maybe in this there'll be data of 200 companies or maybe 500 companies. But if I'm talking about the public cloud computing, as an individual, maybe a student, you can use, as a working professional, you can use customer data also, you guys can use. So the business model for the public cloud is B2B and B2C, and for the private is B2B. Now, I take a pause here. If you have any question, then please unmute and clear your doubts, guys. This is very important.
Radhya, for hybrid, what it is, B2?
Okay, in that case also, it's a mainly that is also mainly B2B. Mainly, I'm not saying only, mainly B2B. So one thing I tell you, if you are going with the public cloud computing, so here ownership. Let's talk about the ownership. Is managed by your cloud provider like Google, GCP, AWS, Azure, and this is managed by a single organization. Okay, here if you're looking for the rich features, you'll get rich features in public cloud computing. But if you're looking for the cheapest features, so cheapest features are available in a private cloud. Maintainability wise, here you will get in public cloud computing, you'll get the high scalability, but you can access everything virtually. Here, limited scalability is possible, but physically you can control everything. So here you'll get the physical control. Here you'll get the virtual control. Here you'll get the cheapest infrastructure. Here you'll get the infrastructure, platform, data, engineering, or whatever the type of solution you're looking for. Everything is available here. And if your company is using private cloud, since last 10 years, suppose your customer was using private cloud, nowadays they're planning to use some cloud service, public cloud service. So what they can do, On top of the private cloud infrastructure, they can subscribe the public cloud services, or there are other ecosystems are available. What you can do, you can discuss Microsoft to, or you can discuss your partners to provide the entire ecosystem inside your office or inside your organization. That is also possible. So deployment wise, public cloud computing very fast. Private cloud is slow. It's a slow. If anything, suppose you're planning to create a 10,000 machine. Suppose tonight I decided to set up a call center. So in next 5 minutes, you can set up a call center in public cloud computing. While in private cloud computing, it will take month or more than it. Okay, there'll be multiple agreement. You have to do agreement. You have to, I mean, in that case, someone or multiple engineers will deploy everything, deploy and test physically. While in this case, you will not be dependent on anyone. What you can do through the portal directly, you can deploy, test, and manage it. So here deployment is very fast. Here deployment is slow. Okay, this is the best. Public cloud computing is best for the customer where they have the good amount of money, if they are ready to pay good amount of money. Or this is also very good for the startup. Suppose I'm going to start my own business, I don't have too much money to set up the private cloud. So what I can do, I can set up everything in Microsoft Azure cloud computing. Or if any company, SMEs, as for SMEs also, this is one of the best solution. Or if any customer want to get the best feature, best technologies, for them also this is one of the best solution. Or scalability, if you're looking for the high availability, scalability, better scalability, you want to achieve the BCDR. So in all these cases, public cloud computing is best. While private cloud computing is used for the banking, for the government, where you have the strict data control. If your customer have some strict data control, they don't want to expose the data, they don't want to store data somewhere in a public ecosystem, then they are preferring to go with the private cloud. That's why in beginning I told you, if you're using public cloud computing, it doesn't mean the private is not famous. Private is also famous, and that area is also growing. So public, private, and hybrid, there are three types of ecosystem available, there are three types of cloud available, and all these three areas, I mean, these three are growing very fast. Now, again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, you can unmute and ask your question. Abdul Malik, Abidas Sheikh, Aditya Verma,
Sir,
Andre.
sir, on-premise means only private cloud, right?
Okay, so in on-premise, there are two concepts available. One is what companies are doing. Suppose there's an IT company. There's an IT company. In IT company, there are 200 employees or 500 employees. So what the companies are doing, company will set up a data center under their office premise. Okay, so if you're going to set up a data center, means you're going to set up a data center and you will use for your organization only. So usually this is called the data center. But if you're going to create a big data center where multiple companies' data will be maintained, so such type of infrastructure or ecosystem is called the private cloud. So in data center, mainly in on-premise data center, mainly one company data will be maintained. For example, I'll give the best example. There's a company name is Azure. Okay, this is small company with the so it's a small company with a 200 employees only. So what they have their data center available inside the company. They have the room, they have some area available where they have set up the data center. So what they're doing, they are using data center for internal use. But same time, there's another company named IOTA, YOTTA. So what the company is doing, they have multiple very big data center available. So in ISER, the data center is available inside their organization and in one room. There's a big room, there's a hall. Inside the hall, there's a data center setup. But another example is here, there's another company. What they're doing, they are doing B2B business to business deal. So what they're doing, they have multiple data centers available and they're maintaining the data of hundreds of companies or thousands of companies. The business nature is B2B, business to business. And the third example is Microsoft. So what they're doing, the business is B2B as well as the B2C. Now question is where you'll get more opportunity. So guys, in public cloud computing, you'll get more very higher opportunity compared to others. Region others are mainly focusing on the infrastructure, while public cloud computing is focusing on the software development, data, IoT, analytics, reporting, visualization, infrastructure development. This entire IT ecosystem is available in public cloud computing. So here you'll get huge number of opportunity available. Now, any other question if you have, then please unmute and ask your question. Mr. Reddy, Upendra from Varanasi, Thangarashu, Suresh Kumar, Shonu Sharma, Snehal, Shiva. No question? I think someone is asking. 1 second. Hello. Thangarasu, your voice is almost. I can't hear you. No?
Can you give me some example related to private cloud example?
Thangarasu, once again. Anyone else can hear him?
No, not yet.
No,
No, no.
You're not.
Yes, sir,
Thangarasu,
I'm hearing. He
come-
wants
come
to
to
give
the
some
mic.
examples on the private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud.
Example, I'll given you.
Examples.
Okay, example, I already given you. The best example of the public cloud computing is Microsoft Azure. Okay. For example, you're going to create you're going to develop a website, and this website you're going to develop and deploy it in Microsoft Azure. So this is one of the example of public cloud computing where you develop and deploy monitoring everything you're doing under Microsoft ecosystem. Maybe inside this application, you're going to use the data engineering solution. You're going to use some IoT related services. You're going to use infrastructure networking. Also, you're going to use. So this is called this is one of the best example of the public cloud. An example of the private cloud computing is suppose SBI Bank or PNB, or let me show you. So there's a bank name in India. There's a bank name is Punjab National Bank. This is, I think, India's one of the second biggest bank, government bank. PNB data center. So you see there's a data center available. In this data center, banking data is available. So it means they're not setting the data center. This is dedicated for Punjab National Bank, or which is also called the PNB. So PNB data is available in this data center. Okay. So whatever the banking application data security required, that is managed from here. So this is the example of private cloud or YOTA. YOTA. Okay. One more point. In PNB, there's a multiple banks available. PNB is not a one bank. Under it, they have the multiple other type of rural banks also. All the multiple banks data is maintained under the same data center. And the third example is another example is YOTA. So what they are doing, they have the big infrastructure available. They have multiple data centers are available, and this is one data center. In this is one region. In one region, they have 6 data center available. Similarly, they have multiple setup available. What they are doing, they are maintaining the data of hundreds of other companies. And if I take the example of public cloud computing, so Microsoft is maintaining the data of thousands of customers. What they are doing, they are maintaining the data of thousands of customers. So if I'm talking about the organizations, so organizations are using mainly, if an organization is looking for the rich features, rich technology, high scalability, they are ready to pay. Then in that case, customers are preferring to go with the public cloud. If any customer is looking for the cheapest infrastructure, then you can recommend your customers to go with the private cloud. In private cloud, officially you have to manage everything. It's time-consuming process. In public cloud computing, everything is available virtually. You guys can manage it from your home network also. Example, TCL Cloud. Once again, or let me show you the Azure portal.azure.com. This is one of the web portal for Microsoft. This is web portal for Microsoft Azure. So whatever you want, you can achieve through this portal. If you're planning to create a data platform related solution, engineering solution, IoT solution, network solution, infrastructure solution, or something else, here you can manage everything virtually. I'm working from my home network, I can manage it. Second is a private cloud. So example is TCL. TCL Cloud. TCL stands for Tata Communication Limited. So, so in this case, as an individual, I cannot business with them. So if I'm legal entity, means if I'm running a business, I want to outsource my IT services. So in that case, there'll be agreement between my company and TCL. What they will do, they will manage my entire IT ecosystem, means software development, data, infrastructure, network, security, backup, everything will be managed by them. Okay, so here you'll not, I mean, this is just a website, but everything offline means in case you want to achieve anything, you want to create anything, so you cannot create anything. Just do one thing, just start agreement with the company. Their team members, their engineers will manage everything in their data center physically. While public cloud computing, virtually you can control everything. Okay. So question is, if anyone who is going for the public cloud computing, so what is the scope for the students, or what are the different type of opportunities are available? So guys, so first public cloud computing, or in cloud computing, 80 to 90% job opportunities are available in a public cloud. If anyone who is already working on private cloud or working in a data center, they're also learning the public cloud. So most of the opportunity, or close to 90% opportunities, are available in the public cloud. Hence, most of the people are preferring to go with the public cloud as a employee, as an engineer. People are preferring to go with the public cloud. But as an organization, organizations are using public as well as the private and hybrid also. Next question. Next is, what is the scope for the students? So guys, as I told you, in year 2025, cloud is not good to have. It's a must to have. If anyone who is in college, you're fresher, this is for you also. If you're working as a DGM, director, AVP, VP, this is for them also. If you're intermediate, definitely you have to use it. So public cloud computing or Microsoft Azure cloud computing is for everyone. Doesn't matter whether you are at entry level or you are already holding a very good position. So if anyone who is who is going to start the career as a student, so here, if you have completed, masters in computer science, masters in computer science or BTech, then you can start. If you have BTech or MCA, you can start. If anyone is from cybersecurity, you're good in cybersecurity area, you can also start. If anyone who is from non-IT background, like you're from physics, you're from mathematics background, MPhil, PhD, they also can start their career with the Microsoft Azure cloud computing. So I'll give you the some of the example. If you check on Cloud Vista website here, on Cloud Vista website, we have the success story of multiple candidates who are not from the IT background. For example, okay, if you see, says Namrata. Namrata is BA in digital marketing, and she is working on Microsoft Azure cloud computing. Okay, it was not. She is also from non-IT background. Similarly, there are many other examples like Gaurav. Gaurav, you know, Gaurav is also not IT background. Uh, he is MSc in chemistry. Priti as a banker, and he completed MBA. So it means if you're from non-IT background and you're planning to start your career in IT, that is possible. If you have the knowledge, then only you can do it. If you don't have the knowledge, then it's not possible. So even you can check the success story of some of the candidate where these members are not from the IT background. I mean, lots of members. For example, Gaurav Verma is non-IT background. So C is also BA. This candidate is from I think MSc in physics. Okay, so here Nilay is also from arts background, and this candidate is also from non-IT background. So there are lots of people who are from non-IT background. Still, they are doing so great. Similarly, you can check the success story of the candidate who are working as a desktop engineer in Noida, Fujitsu, and nowadays he's the part of Microsoft Noida. This is the success story. I think this is the success story of Tripti Joshi, who is working as a banker. Nowadays, she's the part of GE. This is the success story of the other candidate who are MSc in chemistry, and nowadays he's working in one of the US-based company. So you guys can check the success story of the candidate. They were not from the IT. Most of them were not from the IT background, but still they are doing so great. So 50% success story you'll get from the IT background and 50% from non-IT background. So nowadays, in current situation, the company will give you more weightage if you have the knowledge. If you have 10 certificate, 20 degree, but you don't have the knowledge, you'll not get the weightage. So this is the ground reality, guys, nowadays. So cloud is compulsory, or it's a mandatory, or it is future of IT ecosystem. If you're planning to upgrade yourself in IT, or you're planning to start your career in IT ecosystem, it's a must to have. So now question is, what after this course? If you're going, if you're completing this course, what are the different certification you guys can target after it? So guys, there are multiple certification you can target, like 900, 104, 204, and 305. So these are some of the certification you guys can clear after it. So there are multiple learning curve. The first learning curve or the first learning path is after this course, in case you are interested as an admin, you are already working as an admin, or you are interested as an admin, and then in that case, what you can do, you can follow the first learning path, where you have to clear first paper is 900. This is one of the Microsoft examination code. Just go and write it. 900 is for the fundamental. After it, you can clear AZ 104. This is for the cloud admin. If you clear these two certifications, you can appear as a Microsoft Azure administrator. This is the first learning curve. The second is, if you are interested as an engineer, software engineer, or you're already working as an engineer, in that case also, you have to clear 900, which is optional. And then after it, 204. This is another certification you have to clear. After it, you'll be certified by Microsoft as a Microsoft Certified Azure Developer. If I'm talking about the salary range between for these two learning curve, the salary range in India is a close to is between 1 to 4.5 million or 1 to 4 million Indian rupees per year. This is the, or 9 lakhs is between 9 lakhs to 50 lakhs will be the salary range for these two profile. This is the maximum salary. 50 is the maximum salary. And the third learning path is for the architect. So architect means a person who is already working on these segments. For example, if you're already working as an admin, you're already working as a data engineer, you're already working as a developer, or any other stream you are. Suppose you're good in security area. So if you already have clear 104 or 204, so what you can do, you can go for the 305. Nowadays, earlier there was a different paper code available like 301, 300, 301, 303, 304. But nowadays, all these paper code examination code is retired. We have the latest examination code, which is 305. So what you guys can do, you guys can target 305. The salary range for the architect is somewhere between 30 lakhs to 1 CR. Means 3 million to 10 million Indian rupees is the salary range for the architect type of profile. But remember, if your knowledge is diversified, if you are skilled, if you already have cleared one of the certification, either 104 or 204, then you should try for this. And for this is, experience required is minimum 10 years. For these two, there is no minimum experience required. Minimum experience is 10 years. Here, when I'm saying 1 CR, it doesn't mean that you'll start from 1 CR. That is the maximum. Okay, minimum is 30 lakhs or 3 million Indian rupees. Now again, I take a pause. If you have any question, then please unmute and clear your doubts. So, Cloud Star 360, this is the website. This is Azure Mastery Program. So this is the curriculum, guys. Plus minus 1 or 2 services. Means still I have to add 1 or 2 more services here. I'll add maybe sometimes in this week. In case you want to download the course curriculum, so just log in here. Just log in. and download it. You see here, this is the course curriculum. You can download. So here we are covering app service, app service plan, app service environment, Azure function, logic app. So the others of the family services. Family services means past services used for similar type of purpose. Here, this is the detailed one, bullet point. Blob storage, table storage, queue storage, data lake storage, file share. Net app, disk storage, Azure backup recovery service for architecting. Virtual machine skill set, Azure compute fleet, IP, NIC. NSG, load balancer, application gateway, traffic manager, firewall. These are used with the engineering services, means either data services, database, or web application. These are the hybrid cloud services like Azure Connection, Bastion, Express Route, VPN, DNS. These are mainly used in hybrid cloud implementation. DevOps board, log analytics, application insight, Azure Monitor, and automation. These are also for the monitoring, DevOps monitoring, and automation services. Intra-ID, Keyword, DDoS protection, Defender, my Azure policy, and Defender for cloud. So these are the security related services, identity and security related services, and these are the data related services. So in case you want to get the detail, just download and you can review it. In case of any question, you can call me later on. Okay. So a question is, why companies are considering the cloud computing? What is the key reason behind it? So one is the speed. So that is the performance or the speed is very high. For example, if you are planning, or let me do one thing, let me show you on AI. Okay. Suppose what I'm doing, maximum size of Azure VM, maximum size. Okay. So guys, now in current year, if you are going with the M2 series, there are multiple type of series available. If you are going with the maximum size of the CPUs in one machine, you can attach 416 CPU. Just think, if you have a machine, if you have the server with 416 CPU, what type of performance you will get. And here, if you're going with this, maximum size of the RAM will be 12 terabyte. 12 terabyte. Maximum RAM is 12 terabyte. And maximum CPU is 416 CPU. Okay. So think a machine, think an infrastructure, think as your solution with this size, whether it's a platform-based solution or infra-based solution. Think a solution with this type of computation. What will be your result? Quickly you can process the data, but remember, if the size is higher, then accordingly you have to pay also. If the size is lower, then you have to pay lower amount. So Microsoft is offering best performance, even maximum speed of internet, max internet speed. 400 Gbps. 400 Gbps speed of the internet you will get here in Microsoft Azure, guys. So the speed of the internet will depend on the infrastructure. If you're going with the lower infrastructure, speed of the internet will be lower. If you're going with the higher infrastructure size, then speed of the internet will be very high. So guys, performance speed is very high. So if any company is planning to go with the speedy delivery, in case you're planning to process your data very quickly, then in that case, recommendation is to go with the Microsoft Azure. Region, here you'll get the best performance. Scalability is possible here. Scalability, horizontal and vertical. Both type of scalability is possible. So I take a pause here. Anyone can explain what's the difference between horizontal and vertical scalability? Abdul Malik, Abida Sheikh, Aditya Verma, Jitendra Kumar, Krishna, Kundan, Mahesha, Mohit, anyone? What's the difference between horizontal and vertical scalability?
Sir, can I,
Yeah, please.
sir, like in microservices, like the application is deployed on multiple servers, right? Multiple nodes. So that this application can be scaled like particular domain. If traffic is more, then that domain only we can scale. That is called vertical
So this,
scaling.
this is the,
But
so this is the example of horizontal or vertical scalability.
right means if application is monolithic, then it will be the for only for horizontal scaling. But it is microservices, then it will be the applicable for the vertical scaling.
So guys, there are two types of scalability available, horizontal and vertical. Horizontal means if you're going to increase the number of instances parallel to the existing one, this is called the horizontal scalability. And if you're going to increase the size of the existing infrastructure, this is called the vertical scalability. Means you're going to add the new machines, a new instance, this is called the horizontal scalability. But if you're going to increase the size of the existing ecosystem in the existing infrastructure, this type of scalability is called the vertical scalability. So Microsoft is offering horizontal as well as the vertical scalability. And this is very much economical. For me and you, we are the individual. Maybe for us, it's not very much economical, but for the corporate, for the companies, this is very much economical, guys. So these are the key reasons why companies are preferring to go with the Microsoft Azure. Here, delivery is very fast, speedy delivery. Performance is best. Scalability, horizontal and vertical, both type of scalability is possible, and economical also. Economical for the corporate, not for the individual. Now, again, I'll take a pause here. If you have any questions so far related to the content I have covered, then please unmute and ask your question. No question. I'll suggest one thing, guys. Always behave like the child. Usually, if you check one behavior of the children's, what they're doing, they're asking lots of questions. Every day they will ask hundreds of questions. That's why they're growing faster than us. After a certain age, we are not asking the question. That's why our growth is limited after certain age. So behave like the child, whether the question is genuine or not. If you have any question, clear your doubts here. I'm here to clear your doubts.
Aradhya?
Yes, Tripathi ji.
Yes, this instances mean, can you give some more example how to
Yes.
define that one?
Okay, perfect. So let me do one thing. So guys, from tomorrow, I'll start the implementation, practical implementation, as well as the architecture designing. So this is one of the very specialized type of program where architecture designing is also the part of live session. So let me create. Oh, sorry. So December. This is December 2025. Okay. So guys, here we are talking about the scalability. So Microsoft will offer two types of scalability, horizontal and vertical. So we like suppose guys, suppose you have a web-based solution, okay, and you have a website. Simple, you have a website. This website is deployed on top of one machine. Okay, so here what I'm telling there'll be two type of scalability, or supporting two type of scalability, horizontal scalability and vertical scalability. Okay, so this is horizontal scalability and this is vertical line. This is vertical. Okay, suppose I'm running a website. This website is deployed on top of this machine. Or let me reduce. Okay, suppose this is my machine. Control minus minus. So I have a machine or I have a server. On top of this, I have deployed a website. It's an e-commerce website running since last 2 years. And tomorrow is Sunday. Sunday, I'm going to start a promotion. During the promotion period, I'm expecting huge request on my website. So in that case, if maybe my one server or two server will not be sufficient to provide the services. So what I can do, I can increase the number of instances for 1 day, 1 week, or for whatever the duration you're looking for. What you can do, you can increase the number of instances parallel to the existing one. So earlier, there were total uh, one machine available. Now this time what you can do, you can increase the instance from 1 to whatever the number you're looking for. Suppose I'm looking for 200 new machines for 1 day. 500, 2000 machines I'm looking for. So what you can do, just go increase the number of machines from 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000 or 1 to 10,000, whatever the number you're looking for. So if you're going to increase the number of instance, number of machines or instance parallel to the existing one, so this type of scalability is called the horizontal scalability.
We can say it as a scale out also, sir, right?
Yes. Okay. So this is called the horizontal scalability. And if there's a requirement, you're planning to implement the vertical scalability. So in this case, suppose you have total two machine available. Means in the beginning, in both of the cases, there were two machine available. And what here you are planning to implement the vertical scalability. Okay, suppose you have total two machine available. So what you can do in this case, you no need to increase the number of machine. What you can do, you can increase the size of the existing machine. Means you just go increase the capacity, increase the size of the machine. Earlier, okay, you see here we have 336 machine with the lower configuration. Here we have two machine but with a very higher configuration. So if you're going to increase the size of the existing machine, size means CPU and memory. If you're going to increase the CPU and memory of the machine, then it is called the vertical scalability. Cost wise, it will be the same. Suppose guys, here we have 4 machine available, 6 machine available with the 4 CPU per machine, 24 CPU. So here what you can do, 12 CPU plus 12 CPU. You have to pay same amount. There's no change in the price. Price wise, you have to pay the same amount, but in this case, scalability will be higher than this one. So here you'll get the better scalability. Charges wise, in both of the cases, you have to pay same amount. For example, suppose here I'm paying $500 per month. So here also you have to pay $500 per month. The reason you are using the same infrastructure. Number of CPU and memory is same. But SLA wise, you'll get the better SLA compared to the second one. So Microsoft is supporting horizontal and vertical, two type of scalability. So Slipta, is it clear now?
Yes, yes, it is clear, but now which one is better? I mean, use wise, anything
Okay.
is okay, or
Okay, no. So if you are planning to process some data very quickly, data processing wise, the second is better. High availability wise, the first one is better. Suppose there's a disaster here. If you have two instances available, there's a disaster, and both of the machines are available inside the same data center. Or maybe one machine is available one data center, second in second data center. Suppose both of the data centers are down, then in that case there'll be business down. Okay, complete downtime of situation. But in this case, suppose you have total 6 machines available, 2 machines per data center. So in that case, if 2 data centers are down, still the services will be up and running from the remaining 2. There'll be performance issue, but the business will not be down. Business will be up and running. Correct? So it depends on the situation. Both are really good. So depending on the situation companies are using. But from Microsoft side, Microsoft is supporting both horizontal as well as the vertical scalability.
But what about the cost perspective?
Same, 100% same. I can show you 100% same. There's no change in the cost. I'll show you today. Give me 30 minutes, I'll show you. Okay, so guys, here in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, there are multiple cloud deployment model. So if you are the part of on-premise ecosystem, all your solutioning, all your solution or ecosystem is available on top of the physical infrastructure. And here everything is managed by you, your company, or your colleagues. For example, application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage network, everything is managed by your company, you or your colleagues. But if you are using Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, we have multiple type of deployment model available. One is called the infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service is also called as the AAS model. IaaS. IaaS, infrastructure as a service. In this case, application, data, runtime, middleware, and operating system. It will be managed by you, while virtualization, server, storage, and network will be managed by Microsoft. So it means if you're going to provide any solution with the infrastructure as a service, in this case, some part will be managed by you and other by Microsoft. The best example is virtual machine. If you're going to create a VM, then in that case, the data which will be available on top of the VM application, which will be deployed, runtime, operating system, middleware, you have to manage. But it's a virtualization, server, storage, internet network in the data center is physical things will be managed by Microsoft through automation. Clear?
Yeah, but in vertical, if one node got down, okay, the processing will be difficult, right?
So see, in case of downtime, definitely the processing will be impacted in both of the cases, whether horizontal scalability or vertical scalability. That is mainly decided, means what is your requirement. Based on the requirement, you can decide. So here, guys, in first, again repeating, best example of the infrastructure as a service is uh, virtual machine, scale set, Azure Compute Fleet. These are the best example of the infrastructure as a service. One second, someone is trying to join. So example is, let's discuss in layman language. So when you can use, so suppose first again, infrastructure as a service is also called the IaaS, infrastructure as a service. In this case, all your solution will be deployed on top of the machine. Means you need a server, you need a virtual machine or compute fleet or virtual machine skill set to deploy your solution. So for example, let's go with the example of the kitchen. Suppose you rent a kitchen space. You bring your own ingredients, cook yourself, and control everything. The kitchen is not yours. It means data center is not yours. But you are going to control everything. Your engineers are yours, and whatever the requirement, whatever the coding and that's required, you guys will manage it. So in infrastructure service, so infrastructure will be offered by Microsoft. On top of it, whatever the operating system, runtime, application development, data platform requirement you have to manage it. Again, repeating, what you have to do. I mean, example with the kitchen login. So here you rent a kitchen space, you bring your own ingredients, cook yourself, and control everything. Is the best example of the infra service. In this case, what you're managing, just think what you're managing: cooking, ingredients, recipes, utensil, food preparation is managed by you, and kitchen infrastructure like electricity, gas, table, chair, or water supply, space is from the Microsoft. So in this case, some part will be managed by Microsoft and remaining by you. Is it clear to everyone, or any question related to infrastructure service? If yes, then please unmute and clear your doubts.
Arad, I have one doubt, one question, in fact, not the doubt. So recently we have seen two different breakdowns, Cloudflare breakdown last week for a couple of days, and then AWS last month as well for a couple of days, correct? Both the servers were down and it impacted global businesses. A lot of businesses were down. So if it is scalable, and why companies are not going for uh, different server structure or in-house structures? Like,
Okay. So tell me one thing. Suppose you're talking about the in-house structure. So suppose uh, you're running your own company. You are running your own company, or there's a company of 100 people, 100 engineers. So this company is best, or a company like Amazon, a company like Microsoft, their engineers are best. The answer is very simple. Their knowledge is much better than other companies. The reason they have the better ecosystem, they have top grade professionals, they have top grade infrastructure, they have top grade technology, tools, and everything. So first is, if there's a downtime, either the downtime you can save, you can avoid the downtime. Downtime means data center is down, but it doesn't mean that the business is down. If the business is down, it means there's a solutioning issue. For example, suppose in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, you have deployed everything in Central India, means Pune. So what you can do, you can, if there's a requirement to achieve the BCDR, so same type of data, same data you can replicate in South India. If the Central India will be down, your services will be up and running from the South India. So this is possible. This is possible, and we are doing it. This is called the BCDR. If the requirement of the business is to achieve the BCDR, then we are providing two infrastructure, main infrastructure and backup infrastructure. Backup infrastructure will active only if the primary infrastructure is down. So this type of mechanism we have, but the question is, if any customer is planning to achieve the BCR, they have to pay for it. So there are lots of companies, they are subscribing this type of feature. There are lots of other companies, they don't want to pay, so they are not subscribing. If you can manage the downtime, and my downtime is, what is downtime? It's a 0.0000001%, means it's a SLA is in cloud infrastructure, SLA is 99.95%. In PaaS and SaaS services, SLA is 99.999999 up to 16 times 9. So it means downtime is 0.0015 times and 1. This is the downtime. So in case you're looking for
it
the
was not a
100%, you're not
downtime.
looking
It was a breakdown of. It was a breakdown of the whole
that's okay.
setup in
No
both the
problem.
cases.
Let them. So have you ever seen, see, if there's a breakdown or there's a downtime, so there's downtime for one region. So what you can do, you can implement the BCDR. If you already have implemented the BCDR, so if the primary region is down, the business will be automatically up and running from the secondary region, which you call the DR site. If you have implemented DR site, there will not be downtime. Even there will be zero downtime. If you haven't implemented DR site or BCDR, then in that case, there may be downtime of 0.000000015 times than 1%. It means you can calculate in 1 year how many minutes is the infrastructure or your solution will not be up and running. So downtime is possible in public cloud, private cloud, everywhere. In private cloud, downtime is higher than public cloud. Public cloud will give you lower downtime, and that also you can reduce or that you can avoid using the BCDR, business continuity and disaster recovery. So if you have the BCDR side, then you can avoid the whatever the 0.00000% downtime we have. Okay, that's possible. But some of the companies, 10 to 20% companies are subscribing this type of feature, other companies are not. So if any company is ready to pay for it, so Microsoft will offer such type of ecosystem where you can implement the BCDR. Okay. Any other question from anyone? That please unmute and ask your question, guys. Abdul Malik, Abida Sheikh, Afaq Ahmad, Upendra from Varanasi, Tharun, Thangarasu, Suslipta, Suresh, Shonu. Any question, guys?
Yeah, regarding if you have a practice lab, what type of access will get free tier or it will be
No,
cost?
that I'll discuss after some time. So I'll discuss. I have a, so today, guys, we are preparing the foundation for all upcoming session. From tomorrow, we will start the practical implementation as well as the assessment. Again, repeating multiple times, today I'm preparing the foundation for all upcoming session. From tomorrow, practical implementation and assessment will start. So going forward in future, 80% time we will focus on the practical implementation, 20% time on other activities. So guys, the second solution is called the PaaS-based solution. In PaaS-based solution, you have to focus on the application and data. A remaining part will be managed by Microsoft. Okay. Example of the PaaS services are app service plan, app service environment, Azure SQL, Databricks, Data Factory, Synapse Analytics, Service Bus, Event Hub, Event Grid. These are the example of PaaS services. Mostly PaaS services are the browser-based services. Okay. So in this case, let's understand. So here, PaaS stands for Platform as a Service. Here you have to focus on application data, means software engineering and data platform related activities you have to manage. Other will be managed by Microsoft. So let's go with the example. Another example. Suppose you have a restaurant kitchen with your chef support. You bring your recipe and cook only final dish. Support staff help with the setup. So in this case, your dish recipe and cooking logic will be managed by you. Means your dish recipe and cooking logic will be managed by you. And kitchen setup, tool, maintenance, cleaning, ingredients will be from the provider side. So in this case, everything is provided by Microsoft. Only you need the engineer. Whatever the engineering logic required as per the business logic, just go customize and use it. Okay. The third is SaaS services. So example of the first, in this case, everything is managed by Microsoft. So Microsoft is offering multiple SaaS services like Office 365, Dynamics 365, AX Retail, Intra ID, Power BI. These are some of the SaaS-based services where everything already developed and deployed. You just go and customize as per the requirement. Remember, here everything is available. Just go and use as per the requirement. Example I am giving you. So another example is, suppose you're going to order your food from Zomato. You don't cook anything. Suppose what you do, you are going to order something from a restaurant or from Swiggy or Zomato or from any hotel. You're not cooking anything. So it means what you'll manage, nothing, just eating. What you're doing is you're just eating. So everything will be managed by your hotel or Swiggy, like ingredients, infrastructure, delivery, serving, cooking, everything will be managed by them. So similarly here also, everything is provided by Microsoft. Only you have to use and customize as per the requirement. If not required, customization not required, then you can use as it is. If required, then you can customize it. So only in this case you have to focus on the customization, and other things will be means application, data, infrastructure, operating system, storage, server, virtualization, everything will be provided by Microsoft. So guys, we have three types of solutioning is possible here: infra-based solutioning, platform-based solutioning, and software-based solutioning. Three types of solutions are possible, and we are covering all the three types of solutions in our Azure Mastery program. Now again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question related to AS, PaaS, and SaaS, then please unmute and clear your doubts.
So Aradhya, this SaaS will be more costlier compared to the first two, right?
It depends. It depends. Normally, these are the product. Normally, these are the product like Office 365. So here you have to pay mostly you have to pay per month per user. Here the charges will be per user per month will be the charges. Here the charges will be as per your infrastructure, as per your pricing tier you have selected. So it depends. It depends on the number, service, feature, and other parameter. It's very difficult to tell which one is cheaper. Sometimes the infrastructure will be cheaper. In some other cases, maybe PaaS services will be cheaper. Here you need a more manpower, means you need people to manage it. Here you need a moderate level of the manpower. Here you don't require too much people. Very limited of opportunity and very limited number of engineering effort is required. Okay.
So based on the requirement, we have to understand which service we need to avail for.
Yes. Correct. So suppose I'll give an example. Suppose you are going to develop a new website. Okay, in that case, what you can do, forget everything. Just go with the PaaS-based services. Means just go up, develop your application data and deploy it. Go with the PaaS service. But there's the application, there's the same website available which is running since last 10 years. And you are planning to migrate as it is from on-premise to cloud. Then in that case, what you can do, just create a VM. On top of that VM, the existing website you can migrate from on-premise to cloud. So in both of the cases, we have the site. But if it is new, then you can go with the PaaS-based solutioning. If it is the migrated one, then you have to migrate from on-premise to cloud on top of the Azure VM. So this will be the infra-based solution, and this will be the PaaS-based solution. For the new, you can go with the PaaS-based. For the legacy one, you can go with the infrastructure. Okay. So it depends on requirement to requirement. In case you want to differentiate the difference between the infrastructure and PaaS-based, so mostly infra services will be deployed on top of the machine. Means if you need a machine, it means it's an infra-based solution. If it is deployed on top of the browser, it means this is the PaaS-based solution. Yes, Arun.
Uh, I have one generic question from a beginner standpoint. So one beginner had asked us, um, in this course, we are learning IES also, PaaS, we are learning SaaS, we are learning variety of things. So which portion, although you are covering from a comprehensive standpoint, which services, sorry, which one is easy to learn? Is IES easy to learn, or PaaS or SaaS? What is your opinion from the many batches? You have had 83 plus batches.
Okay. So first, easiest one is the PaaS one is the easiest one. But on the basis of PaaS services only, you cannot design the end-to-end solution. Maybe one project is good, second project is good, but maybe in one project you have to use some infra services, some PaaS services. So people who are working on only PaaS services or only engineering services, they are also struggling in real-time situation. So if you check the Microsoft, what Microsoft is suggesting, in case you want to work as a good developer, you have to understand the entire IT ecosystem or entire cloud ecosystem,
Got you.
uh, like
So, so,
security,
so
infrastructure.
it's almost like, in a school environment, we have different subjects, or within one subject we have multiple chapters. Some chapter are slightly, they need more attention, and some other chapters, they are relatively easier, and everybody has a different opinion about it, right? So
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's how I think about it.
correct. You're 100% right.
Got you.
So all the services are equally important, guys. For example, you know everything, but you don't have set up the security. So what will happen after 1 month, 1 year, 3 days, 5 days, you'll face the cyber attack. So security is also very important. But just think a developer, then they don't care about the security. If they don't, even I tell you, one of my I know one person who was claiming that he's working on Microsoft Azure cloud computing. He called me 3 to 4 times. Hey, I'm providing solution, but I don't know, it's very bad. I provided the solution within 5 to 7 days, everything is attacked. So I said, it is attacked. The reason you don't know anything. It's not the problem of Microsoft Azure. The way you are providing the solution, it's not a proper way to provide the solution. So guys, there are lots of materials are available on YouTube, on Google. Lots of people, what they're doing, they're just reading the material and they're self-claimed cloud professional. There's a difference between skilled cloud professional and self-claimed cloud professional. If anyone who is the self-claimed, they will struggle. If anyone who is skilled, they will not struggle. Skilled professional, you'll get skilled professional, their knowledge is diversified. They think about the data, they think about the security, they think about the monitoring, they think about the infrastructure, cost, optimization, future, scalability, everything. But a person who is lollipop type of a solution provider, they think about the provisioning only. Mean just provide the solution, doesn't matter whether it will work or not. Cost will be lower or higher. So in industry, in cloud and ecosystem, companies are paying 30 to 40% extra because of the bad architecting. Remember, guys, Whatever I'm telling, that's a true. 30 to 40% extra amount companies are paying just because of the bad architecting. So if your architecture is good, you can save your cost also. At least 32%, 30 to 40% cost you can reduce. Example, in my last project, when I joined the project earlier, company were paying $28,000 per month. After resolutioning, customer started paying, I think, $17 or $18,000. Means close to $11,000 was the per month saving. So it's a part of architecting. So here, architecting is also part of the same course. Any other question from anyone, guys? Then please unmute and ask your question.
What is the runtime here, sir? What is the meaning of runtime?
Okay, very good. Anyone, any idea what is runtime?
The environment where we can run the application.
Runtime is how much time the application is running.
Yes,
how much time it is on?
you are right. Environment where you are going to run, for example, libraries, framework. These are the example of runtime. For example, let's talk about the Python or Java or .NET. Suppose .NET framework is the runtime. Okay, or self-hosted. Self-hosted IR is runtime. In SSIS, IR is runtime. Suppose in data factory, if you're working as a data engineer, so Azure IR, self-hosted IR, SSIS IR, these are the example of runtime. In Databricks, Apache Spark, ML libraries, these are the example of runtime. In .NET framework, Java SDK, these are the example of runtime. Clear? Any other question, guys? Bharatwaj.
So is it same as console RL?
Yes, sir.
You are
Yes, sir.
saying?
No. You partially you can say, but it's just like the library support, library tool framework, which is used
Okay.
internally. For example, .NET framework, Java SDK, or some libraries, DLLs, which is required to run the platform.
Sir, so it is a platform, it comes under platform as a service, or
No,
it is
no. Libraries is a runtime is runtime. It is available. It is available in all the type of solutioning, but in infra solutioning, you have to manage it. In PaaS-based solutioning, it will be managed by Microsoft. Example is IIS. IIS in infra services, IIS will be managed by you. In PaaS-based solutioning, IIS will be managed by Microsoft. In SaaS-based solutioning also, it will be managed by Microsoft.
Right.
Clear? Okay. So why Microsoft Azure? So guys, here delivery is very fast. If you're planning to provide any solution, it will, if your solution or code or script is ready, so here very quick solution is possible. So delivery is very quick. Move faster. If you're planning to create 10,000 machine, how much time here? It will take 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you can create up to 10,000 machine. In private cloud, it will take months. You have to do agreement. There'll be multiple round of discussion, negotiation, pricing, discount, and then overall it will take 1 month or maybe more than that to create thousands of machines. Time saving. It will save your time. Here things are automated, virtually available, so very quickly you can deliver your solution. It will save your time, and hybrid consistency also possible. It's a working Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing is working the pay-as-you-go model. It means you don't need to pay in advance. Just use for a month. After 1 month, you have to pay to the Microsoft. That's why it's called the pay-as-you-go. It's a working on the pay-as-you-go. No upfront cost. Means in advance, you don't need to pay anything. Just use. After 1 month, you have to pay. Here, billing will be per minute billing. It means if you have some solution available, suppose I have a data factory, Databricks, or app service environment. These are services I'm running. After 5 minutes, I deleted it. So you have to pay only for the 5 minutes. If you have a database, after 10 minutes, you deleted it. So you have to pay only for the 10 minutes. So here billing is per minute billing, guys. It's not per month or per year. It's per Minimal billing. No charges for the stopped VM. If any VM you have, suppose you have 100 VM, you have stopped all the VM, so you no need to pay. Or maybe during the daytime, all 100 VMs are running, but during the night time, only 10 VMs are running. So for the 90 VM which is not running, which is stopped, for that VM you no need to pay anything. So no charges for the stopped VM. So guys, to support Microsoft ecosystem, Azure is offering 70 plus region. Worldwide, we have 70 plus regions are available. In India, we have 3 regions available, publicly available regions: West India, Central India, and South India. Whenever I'm saying West India, it means I'm talking about the Mumbai. The Mumbai is the best. Mumbai is West India, Central India is Pune, and South India is Chennai. There are some more public available region, but under progress. So one is South Central India or South Central India in Hyderabad. That will be available from next year. There are some more data centers or regions are available, but those are dedicated for private companies like Reliance Jio in Jamnagar, Gujarat, Jamnagar. In Jamnagar, Microsoft have one more setup available, but that setup is dedicated for Reliance Jio. And there are 3 public available regions: Central India, West India, and South India. One other will be available from next year. So worldwide, how many regions we have? 70 plus region. In India, how many regions we have? As of now, 3 publicly available region. From next year, there will be total 4 publicly available region. Okay. So let me show you something. Azure region globe. So worldwide, we have 70 regions available. All these regions are internally connected. You see guys here? So this is the globe. So what Microsoft is doing? From Microsoft, they have 3 satellites. So they are taking the support of the satellite support, plus you see these are lead line correction. Whatever the dotted line you see here, these are the lead line correction. So using the C level optical fiber cable, these regions are internally connected. One second. C optical fiber cable. So guys, there in at sea level, the optical fiber cable. So, and this is the optical fiber route. Whatever the dotted lines you see here, this is optical fiber route. So, and whatever the dot you see here, South Central Asia. This is Malaysia West. This is Indonesia. Here we have the South India. Here we have the India South Central, which means Hyderabad coming soon. So it will be available sometimes in next year. Okay, here we have the Pune location, this Central India. Similarly, we have Bombay also, Mumbai. Here we have Mumbai also. So it means, and these are the data center, these are the regions. So worldwide, we have 70 plus regions available, and all these regions are internally connected with the sea-level optical fiber cables. So there's a recommendation from Microsoft. Microsoft recommending that whenever you're going to provide any solution, make sure you'll provide your solution closer to your customer. For example, if your customer is from India, then make sure you'll deploy everything in India. So here we have India. If you are working for the Indian customer, so deploy everything in India. If you're from India, but your customer is from Gulf country, so deploy everything in Gulf. If you're from India, your customer is from Europe, then you should deploy everything in Europe. The question is why? Why I should not deploy in India? The region is end user will be from the Europe. So if you deploy in India, the data travel will take time. So data will take time to travel from India to Europe. There will be latency of maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, but there will be latency. For the better availability, for quick response, for better SLA, the recommendation from Microsoft is to use everything closer to the customer location. Ehsan Raja, you are working, suppose you are from India, you are working for Canadian customer. So where you will deploy everything? In India, US, Canada, or from somewhere else?
Well, in either in like if working in Canada, like it will try to get something in Canada because you just said that it will take less time, like data travel issues. But like US or any East Coast site can be a better option too.
So guys, if you are in a country where Microsoft presence is available, so go with the nearby, go to that location. If not, then go with the nearby location. For example, uh, in Pakistan, Afghanistan, there is no presence of Microsoft. So ideally, they should deploy their data in India. But because of the regional politics, because of various other regions, what they are doing, they are not deploying. They are not using the India data centers. What they are doing, they are using Singapore data center. Nowadays, we have new data centers available in Gulf countries. So going forward, they will use the Gulf data centers. Ideally, they should use the Indian data center, but because of the various regions, they are not using. But ideally, in case any Pakistani company want to use the better response, better feature, they should use the Indian data center. Here, the performance will be much better than the Gulf or from Singapore. Earlier, company was using the Singapore, but nowadays they are going to use or they are using Gulf data centers or Gulf regions. So, so mostly what you should do, you should use the closest region which is very closer to your location. If you're from India, use the Indian region. If your customers are from Europe, use the customer closer location like European location. If you are from India but your customers are from United States, then use the US data center or US region. Is it clear?
So does this affect the cost also or not?
Cost is lump sum same, slightly vary, maybe 1 to 5% vary. For example, suppose, but cost is secondary. Don't focus on the cost. The region maybe 1% plus minus. For
Mhm.
example, maybe the same machine is available in 10,000 rupees. If you're using a machine in India, maybe you have to pay 10,000 rupees, but maybe 10,500 rupees you have to pay in Europe. But suppose if your customer is from Europe and you are they are deploying in India, so they will face the challenges later on. Means there will be performance issue. For the better SLA, better performance, the recommendation is to use the closest data center, not the data center which is deployed for location.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
So China don't have any data center.
They have in China also. They have the data center in Philippines, China, Singapore, in Gulf countries, European countries, United States, everywhere. In Russia, we don't have the data center. In Africa also, earlier there was no data center, but nowadays in African country, in South African country, we have the data center available. So you see here, so this is Africa. Here we have the data center. One big data center in South Africa. Here, these are the two small, I mean, there are 3, 4 small data centers are available, and these are the small regions available. Earlier, there was no region available in Africa. In Russia, you see, there's no presence of Microsoft, but in China, there's a presence of Microsoft also. China East, China East 2. This is Korea, South Korea. This is China North. This is China North 3, North 2. So it means there's a presence of Microsoft in China also. In case you want to take the tour, so Microsoft Data Center virtual tour. In case you want to check how the data centers are designed, so click on the tour, virtual tour. Okay, so you see, this is the entry lobby. What is this? This is the entry lobby. Click on entry lobby. Okay. You want to explore the lobby. Okay, this is a virtual tour. Suppose you want to go to next operation room. The next operation room. You want to explore the operation room? In case you want to check how things are working. So there'll be some video support also. Okay. Next, in case you want to go to next room, mechanical area. So click on the next room. Means this is a virtual tool. I'll suggest you guys to explore it later on after the session. Okay. Next, server room. See here. This type of server rooms you'll get here. In case you want to go forward, suppose exit area, then okay, exit center area. This is circular center area. In case you want to explore, so you just go and explore it. Network room, this is network room. In case you want to explore, just go explore it. Okay. So guys, Microsoft presence is available worldwide. Total 70 plus regions are available. In India, we have 3 publicly available regions. Next year, by next year, one more region will be available. There are some other region which is dedicated for the government organization, or sorry, private or government organization. For example, if you see here, US, okay, US government Arizona, US government Texas, US government Virginia. So these are some of the regions which are dedicated for the US government. So government companies are maintaining their data inside these regions. Similarly, in India, Gujarat, Gandhinagar, Microsoft presence is available where Reliance data is maintained under Microsoft data center. Okay. If you have any question related to the region, you can unmute and ask your question. So guys, here everything you can cover through manual implementation, or in case you want to use the automation, that is also possible. So for automation, we are covering the Windows Azure Shell and Microsoft Azure. PowerShell, shell scripting, PowerShell scripting we are covering here, and that is also the part of your course. So here, as of now, if you have any question, then please unmute and ask the question. If no,
Aditya,
Aradhya,
I
just a
have
very small question. For
yeah.
this tomorrow's training, what configuration would be sufficient for the laptops? Is Do you have any recommendation
Normal
on that?
laptop will work. You need good internet
Okay,
connectivity.
fine.
Configuration 8 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM is more than enough. The reason you're not going to run anything on your local machine, you will run everything on top of the browser. So you need good internet
Okay,
connectivity.
got it.
Doesn't matter whether the performance of your machine is good or bad, it will work. Okay?
And do we need admin rights as well? As I don't have my personal laptop right now.
No, no, not required. You need just a browser. If you're using personal
Okay, fine.
laptop, nothing is required. If you're using office laptop, then you have to check whether the portal or Microsoft portal is allowed or not. If the mostly the Microsoft portals will be allowed. If it is allowed, then you can use it. Okay.
Got it.
So next, guys, what we are going to learn. So there are few basic things which is very important before moving ahead. That is, we have to learn is what is Azure portal, what is pricing calculator, subscription, geographic region, node, data center, peering, and IAM. So these are some of the points or key features that we have to understand. Without it, we cannot proceed. For example, if directly without peering, geography, subscription, calculator we are moving, then things will be difficult. So next, what we are going to cover these 6 major points. So portal, what is portal, guys? So even before this, if you have any question, please unmute and ask your question, guys.
I have one question, Aradhya.
Yes,
We don't have any feature like AMS where we have in AWS in Microsoft, right? Like
AMS
where
stands for
Amazon Managed Services, where they manage our servers, everything. They just give us access to deploy our apps and later on any OS patching, anything will be there that they
It
will
is
take care.
available.
Okay. Is there any name for that?
I so I understand. So there are multiple, there are multiple services available. For example, you're talking about the streaming. I think this is related to streaming. So MS is mainly used for, I think, live streaming or video streaming or content production. So we also have here we have the multiple services available. So some of the services would be the part of it. Okay. So whatever services are available in Microsoft ecosystem, same is available in Google Cloud, same is available in AWS also. The name will be different. User interface will be different, but service is available. So what is portal, guys? The portal is a website, a type of website where you can create, build, deploy, and manage your solution and monitor it. For example, in case you want to create a network, you want to create a server, you want to get database, application, website, microservice, storage, or something else. So you will get a browser, you'll get a browser-based portal where you have to pass the login username and password and access and do whatever you want. So the portal URL is portal.azure.com. This is the URL. This is the main portal, or this is also called the master portal. Apart from it, we have some supportive portals available or sub portals are available like send.azure.com, and we have another is intra.portal.azure.com. So this is for the identity or security purpose. This is for the automation purpose. And in case you don't want to use the last two, you can do everything through the master portal on the main portal, which is called the portal.azure.com. Okay. So what is portal? Portal is nothing, just a website where you can create anything, you can build anything, you can deploy, manage, monitor, whatever you want. Maybe it's a data related solutioning, injury related solutioning, network related solutioning, or something else. Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing is working the subscription model. So there are two types of pricing models are available in IT ecosystem. One is the pricing, one is the subscription base, second is the licensing base. So Azure is working the subscription based pricing. So it means you have to create a subscription. If you use, then only you have to pay. If you are not using, then you no need to pay anything. For example, suppose you have created a Azure subscription. You are not using since last 1 year. So what you have to do, you no need to pay. Billing will be 0 rupees. And if you have created anything, extensively you're using it also, then monthly basis you'll get the bill. So here, guys, subscription is the ongoing charges. Payment will be per minute, per hour, per month, or per year. So here in Azure Cloud Computing, it is charging per minute. Suppose you have created a server, after 5 minutes you deleted your server, so you have to pay only for the 5 minutes. If you have a server you deleted after 1 minute, then you have to pay only for the 1 minute. Maybe the charges is 1 paise, 10 paise, 5%, so you have to pay for it. So subscription is supporting multi-tenancy, means same subscription will be shared among the multiple tenants. And if there's a feature upgrade from Microsoft, you no need to pay for it. For feature, you no need to pay. Even if the new feature or existing feature, so you don't need to pay. You have to pay for the usage only. Whatever you're using, for that you have to pay. If you're not using, you no need to pay. So most of the Azure sub services are working on the subscription model, except one. That is Intra ID. Microsoft Intra ID. So Microsoft Intra ID is working on the licensing model where we have to pay $6 to $9 per user per month. That's a separate story, and that is also the part of your course. And that is one of the SaaS-based service. And what is licensing? Licensing is usually one-time cost for unlimited uses, where I could buy a Microsoft Office license in $120, own the rights to use the Microsoft Office forever. And if there's an upgrade, for example, last time I purchased Microsoft Office 2016, now I'm planning to purchase 2022. So for it, again, we have to pay. Here for the upgrade, no charges, while in licensing model, you have to pay. No time you have to pay. So most of the services are working the subscription model. So for Azure subscription, what we need to access the Azure services, we need Azure subscription. This is mandatory. Without Azure subscription, you cannot use the Azure services. The question is how much you have to pay, and whatever the different type of subscriptions are available. So in Azure ecosystem, you get multiple type of subscriptions are available. One is free trial subscription. The free trial subscription will be valid for 30 days. For 30 days, it will be valid. After 30 days, it will be automatically disabled. In this 30 days, you'll get 18,000 Indian rupees or 200 US dollar. If either 200 US dollar or Indian rupees, 18,000 rupees you will get, which is more than enough for 3 to 4 members for 1 month. So I'll suggest you guys, not today or tomorrow, I'll suggest you guys to create your subscription next Saturday, not this week. Next Saturday, you have to create a subscription, and later on, I'll create a subgroup here. So 3 member will be the part of one group, subgroup, and what you can do, one person will create a subscription this month, and remaining other two will use. Same approach, second person will create a subscription and others will use. So using this technique, you guys can use free subscription, free trial subscription minimum for 3 months. Question is what after 3 months? After 3 months, we have some other option available. Option number 1 is most of the banks are providing the virtual credit card. So you can discuss with your bank and activate a virtual credit card. Using this approach, you can use the free subscription for a couple of years. If you don't have the virtual credit card, you don't want to go with the free one, you want to go with the pay as you go. In that case also, there's a discount available, which we call the developer discount or a spot discount. If you're going with this approach, you have to pay very nominal charges. For example, you will get close to 80% discount on upfront. So it's a exact number is 79%. So 79% discount you guys can avail in upfront. So it means you have to pay few rupees or maybe few hundred rupees per month. For example, I'm using two types of subscription. In pay as you go subscription, I'm paying less than 100 rupees per month. 50 to 70 rupees per month I'm paying. Means less than $1 I'm paying per month. In other subscription, that is free of cost for me. That's a free of cost means that's the MSDS subscription where I'm getting some top-up amount from Microsoft. So I'm using 2 subscription. I'll suggest you guys to start with the trial subscription. The reason in trial subscription, there are lots of limitation, but it's a learning opportunity for you. You should understand whatever the limitations you have with the trial subscription. Yes, Afaq Ahmed, please ask your question. Afaq, you're speaking on mute. Please unmute. You raise your hand. Afaq, you have raised your hand. You have any question? Or by mistake you have raised? Afaq Ahmed. Okay, I think by mistake. So next is student subscription. So guys, student subscription is valid for mostly for 6 months, but here you'll get only $100. Here you'll get $200. In student subscription, you'll get only $100. For student subscription, if you're the part of engineering institution or university, then you can contact with the IT department. They may issue. Here you'll get $100 only. Third is the MSDN subscription. In MSDN subscription, you will get 3,500 rupees, 7,000 rupees, or 10,000 rupees per month. Okay, I'm using MSDN subscription where I'm getting 10,000 rupees or $150 per month, which I'm using for the POC or POC learning and training purpose. So this type of subscription, Microsoft will issue for the partner companies. Fourth is the Spark or startup. If you're running your own company, so what you can do, you can enroll under the Spark program or startup program, where Microsoft will give you free subscription. One free subscription they will give you for few years. Okay. Next is pay as you go. So guys, in production environment, we are using the pay as you go. Here you don't need to pay. You have to pay only after the uses. In advance, there's no payment. If you use, then only you have to pay. If you're not using, then you don't need to pay. Yes, Afaq, any question?
Hi, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can.
So I wanted to ask, how does learning Azure Cloud benefit data analysts or data engineers?
Okay, so nowadays, People are talking about, industry is talking about the cloud, data and AI. Data and AI, these two are the part of cloud ecosystem. Correct? So first, usually the first learning path is you should understand the cloud. The reason is if you don't understand the cloud, directly if you're going to start your career as a data analyst or as a data engineer, so the problem is or the challenge is it will be very difficult for you to connect the dots. The second challenge is whatever the solution you'll provide, that will not up to the mark, or the budget will be always higher side, or whatever you're offering maybe is good, bad, you don't know. The reason your knowledge will be specific to the two or three services or one service, one, two or three services. But if you're going with this, your knowledge will be diversified. You will be able to provide the solution. You will be able to connect the dot. Even you'll be fit for any type of profile. For example, my background is from engineering background. Engineering is software engineering. During the initial days, I was working as a software engineer for initial 15 years. Then later stages, administration and data engineering. So personally, I feel for a data engineer, for the data analyst, cloud is mandatory. It's a must to have in year 2025. Even it's not only for the data engineer or for the analyst only. It's for the manager, DGM, director, AVP, VP. Everyone is learning. So question is, if anyone who is already working as a vice president, why they are learning? The reason they have to deal with the customer. If they don't know how the system is working, what they will deal, what they will understand, they will not able to understand the real problem. They will commit anything on the fly. They can commit, and ultimately we will struggle. So expectation from the upper management is also to learn the cloud, and that's the truth. They're also learning the cloud. The reason they are the first line of the defense. Whenever there'll be some question, suppose I'm working as the vice president, I'm discussing something with the customer. If the customer will ask, mostly customers are technical. If they will ask, what you will tell? I will tell, okay, give me some time, I'll discuss with my engineer. So the base approach is you should grow yourself. So cloud is not only for the fresher, cloud is not for the intermediate, and cloud is not specific for any particular profile. Cloud is for everyone. This is must to have for the IT survival. Ryan is nowadays 70 to 80% new projects are cloud based. And all the companies are using almost all the cloud. For example, TCS, Wipro, Accenture, Genpact, Headstrong, EY, Infosys, all these companies are using Microsoft Azure, Amazon, AWS, Google Cloud, everywhere. Okay.
So, are we going to learn data breaks and stuff like that in this course?
Okay, so for Databricks, we have another specialized program. So one program we have for the Databricks and Data Factory. Over there, we are not teaching cloud services. We are teaching only Databricks, which is a third party, and one cloud service, which is Data Factory. So this is one program. Second program is Fabric. If anyone who is completing Azure Mastery, and if you are interested toward the data part, and you want to go with the low code approach, then in that case, you can go with the Fabric program. So Fabric is also available in Cloud Vista. What you can do, you can check Cloud Vista website. Over there, we have the code for the Fabric also.
Hi, this is Asan, and you just mentioned the word low code. Can you little bit explain that?
Yeah. Correct. So there are three types of platforms are available. One is no code, means you don't need to write code. Second is low code, where most of things are available or it's developed in a such a way where you have to code list few lines of code or really limited line of code. The third case is where you have to write too much code. For example, software engineering. In software engineering, you have to write too much code. Okay, 90% time you have to write the code. In data engineering also, you have to write the code. It's not too much, but yes, you have to write the code. While in low code, you have to write the code, but very less, few lines or hundreds of lines of code you have to write. No code means you don't need to write the code. Just go and configure it. So Databricks, one second, software development is purely coding, mostly coding. Databricks is coding, yes. Fabric is low code. Fabric is low code where things are designed in a such a way that just go configure, and somewhere where it is required, you can write the code also. Data Factory is also low code. Power BI is also low code. Just think, in Power BI, person who is working as a SQL developer, they're writing code. But Power BI developers, they're not writing the code. They're just writing formula. Mostly they're not writing the code. Okay, so Power BI is low code. Fabric is low code. Data Factory is the low code, while Databricks is coding is required. And you should be very good. You can go with the Databricks only if you're very good at SQL and Python, especially PySpark. Then you can plan for, and you love to write the code, then you can go with the Databricks. Okay, last one is for the MST or MVP type of subscription. In this subscription, you will get $150 or 10,000 rupees per month for next 1 year. So if you are Microsoft certified trainer, you will get a free subscription for 1 year, 2 year or 3 year, where you'll get either $150 or 10,000 Indian rupees credit every month for training purpose. So these are some of the type of subscriptions that are available in the market. In production environment, we are using the pay as you go. And these are for the others. Next, before moving ahead, if you have any question, please unmute and clear your doubts, guys.
Was going to ask how much coding will be needed for this Azure course. Like I assume
Not required. Not required. One thing is required. That's part of the course. So PowerShell is required in later stage. In one stage required, that I'll cover from scratch. You don't worry. For the time, you don't need to worry about it, guys. In later stage, whenever it will be required, I'll cover a scripting platform.
The
Not
Azure PowerShell, right?
programming is not programming. Scripting platform required. That is the part of course. So in Azure, no code or low code required. No code or low code is required. So
Right.
without if you don't love to write the code, still you can very easily survive here. Or in case you want to you can work, you want to write little bit code, okay, that's very good. And if you don't know anything, I'll start from scratch. That is also the part of your course.
I have
Now
a
again,
question to ask. Yeah.
yes, Dipanshu Srivastav.
Yeah. So, first thing that if this like there was an option in the slide there, multi-tenancy available for subscription-based I think model. 2 slides back, I think I saw there. So, primarily, if somebody has the service of like particular service, for example, blob storage or something there, so can it be shared by that project
I'll
or
tell
by?
you. I'll tell you example. Suppose there's a subscription. This is subscription, and we are the tenant. We are the user of the subscription. So at a time, multiple user can use the same subscription. In licensing model, suppose there's an Office, MS Office. You cannot deploy the same Office on 100 machine. You cannot deploy one license on one machine. But here, one subscription can be shared among the hundreds of thousands of members. Clear? For example, suppose we are working as a database engineer, or maybe we are working as a fabric engineer, MS Fabric, or maybe software engineer. So what we have to do, same subscription we have to use. Whenever you'll pass your credential, you will access. If I'll pass, I'll access my own content. So it's a possible. So multi-tenancy is supported. And if Microsoft is going to upgrade anything, they will not charge for the features or for the upgrade. While in licensing model, whenever you buy any new version, you have to pay for it. Here, you don't need to pay.
Okay. And one more thing, I think just now we talked about scripting. So is this the same scripting or bashing that is required initially for DevOps or thing? I'm just asking a small question. Or that is a separate thing?
So DevOps, actually, the starting, if you're planning to, for DevOps, PowerShell in DevOps and YAML is required. And here we are going to cover the Windows PowerShell and Azure PowerShell. These two automation scripting we will use here. Okay, first, and what I'll do, I'll share a book. Usually I'm sharing a book to everyone. Just do one thing. This is a very, very, very nice book. Okay, plus I'll start from very beginning. So I'll total cover 6 hours. In 6 hours, I'll cover the scripting. I'll give you the book. I'll give you the code syntax that you have to test, write, and it's easy. It's not difficult. It's very easy. The way you are thinking the same way the scripting is designed by Microsoft. It's a very easy. If you don't know anything, so no problem, just use the AI. Or I'll give the book will help you. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So one more point, whenever you people will provide any solution to the customer, so customer will ask, hey, how much I have to pay for it? For example, as an architect, as an admin, as a developer, you proposed that, hey, in my solution, I need multiple databases, multiple storage account, multiple VM, multiple website for the API deployment, Logic App, Azure Service Bus, Event Hub, Event Grid, and many other services. So your customer will ask, hey, these many services you have proposed, so how much I have to pay? Means what will be my monthly operation cost? So guys, it's very difficult. It's very difficult, especially in cloud, not in Microsoft, in cloud ecosystem, to give the estimation. It's very difficult. So for it, Microsoft is offering a portal which is azure.microsoft.com pricing calculator. So what you can do, just open the pricing calculator. So Google, type here Azure price calculator. From here, after this, soon we are going to start the implementation. Means from tomorrow, we'll start the practical implementation. So guys, make sure this is a very important feature, very important for everyone. Mostly it is managed by admin and architect, but as a developer, you should explore this. Okay, if you are working as a developer, you should explore this service also. So there's a portal available where what you can do, you can select what type of services you're using in your project. For example, suppose you're saying, hey, I'm using Azure Function. Azure Function is mainly used for the background processing. So in Azure Function, what type of pricing tier you applying to use? So there are multiple type of pricing tiers are available. One is consumption-based pricing. Consumption-based pricing means whenever you use, then only you have to pay. Suppose service is available, but I'm not using since last month, 6 months. Then okay, you no need to pay. And one is a fixed base pricing. In fixed base pricing or app service pricing, you have to pay. Whatever the amount is, you have to pay whether you're using or not using. So this is the part of architecting. As a developer, what they are doing, they are selecting the default value. But remember, default value will increase the cost of your project. Maybe 30%, 40% or 80% cost will increase. So you should understand everything. Everything means everything. As a developer, what they're doing, they close as an admin, as a developer, both are doing the same mistake. What they're doing, they will go with the default values. And later on, operation cost will increase. That's why in beginning I told you in IT ecosystem, 30% extra companies are paying. 30%. For example, if the monthly bill from your organization is suppose $100 million, so it means 30 million extra unnecessary your company is paying because of the poor architecting or poor designing. So suppose guys, I'm planning to go with the consumption plan. Whenever there'll be usage, then only you have to pay. If no usage, then I no need to pay. And what I'm looking for, I'm going to set up a call center. For my call center, I'm going to subscribe total 500 machine, or maybe I'm going to subscribe total 100 machine, 100 basic type of machine. The region in my organization, there are total 100 members. That what I'll do, I'm planning to go with the Linux operating system. We have the Linux and Windows, both are available. I'll go with the Linux. And I'll go with the basic configuration. Basic configuration, how many machines I'm looking for? I'll go with the total 100 machine. So how much you have to pay? You have to pay is $1,300 per month. For 100 machine, if you're going to subscribe total 100 machine in cloud, and if all the machines are running 24/7, then only you have to pay 1,314 rupees. In case you want to reduce this cost, that is also possible. Through automation, you can reduce the cost. Okay. Plus, what I'm looking for two high configuration Windows server. Suppose guys here, I'm looking for Windows server with the higher configuration. Higher configuration means suppose I'm looking for 8 core 56 GB memory, or I'm looking for 32 CPU and 128 GB memory. For this machine, how much you have to pay? For one machine, you have to pay $1,000, close to $1,000 for this machine you have to pay. The reason, the configuration. One is the Windows operating system, Windows operating system is costlier than Linux one. And the second reason is the size of the machine is higher. So you have to pay 985, means close to $1,000 you have to pay. Suppose I was looking for high availability, I'm looking for two machine. Then how much you have to pay? Close to $2,000 you have to pay. So guys, this is the amount you have to pay. In case you want to reduce this cost, so there are multiple options available. Option number one is through automation. Means through automation you can do, that's a separate discussion. Here, what you can do, if you're giving the commitment to Microsoft that you will use these two machines at least for 3 years. So Microsoft will give you 62% discount. So this you have to reserve these two VM or these two servers you have to reserve for 1 year or 3 years. If you reserve for 1 year, you'll get 41% discount. If you reserve these two VM for the 3 years, you'll get 62% discount. So what I'm doing, I'm going with the reserve plan. So earlier I was supposed to pay $2,000. This time I have to pay only $850, close to $850 I have to pay. Plus, if you're going to subscribe, if you're going to avail the hybrid benefit, then again one more discount you'll get. You have to pay $667. So guys, if you're going with the pay-as-you-go model, you have to pay whatever the charges is. But there's some other option available. One is automation, second is hybrid discount, and the third is reserve plan. Using these three approaches, you guys can reduce up to 79% overall bill. Up to 79% discount you guys can avail. All overall bill you guys can avail. Now question is, this is clear that you are going to use these machines for 3 years. But what is the hybrid benefit? Anyone, any idea? Abida, Hashan Raja, Jitendra.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea, Arja.
Okay. So if your company is using same operating system in on-premise, what you can do, you can buy same operating system in on-premise and you can reuse the operating system. In that case, you'll get one more discount here. Every month, every minute, you'll get the discount here. So overall, you don't need to pay $2,000. You have to pay $667 only for these two high configuration servers. Where in my server, I'm planning to go with the 32 CPU and 128 GB memory. What else in my solution I have? Suppose in my solution, I'm planning to go with the database, SQL database, PaaS-based service. Not the infra-based service, this is PaaS-based service. So here, first you have to think, what is the use case? Why you are planning to go with the database? What is the use case? So if it is, here we have multiple options available. If it is only for the configuration management, then I'll suggest you guys to go with the serverless. The reason here in data engineering, unnecessary SQL server, mostly in data engineering project, we are using SQL database, but unnecessary we are paying to the Microsoft just for the configuration. Suppose we have very limited amount of data that we are, especially configuration, we are maintaining in a SQL, and major data we are maintaining inside the Databricks. So unnecessary thousands of dollars we are paying because of poor architecting, poor decisioning. So in that case, what you can do, you can go with the serverless, SQL with the serverless, where you have to store limited amount of data and you have to pay $10 to $12 per month only. Suppose guys, I'm planning to go with the serverless. If I'll go with the serverless, I have to pay this amount. Okay, $5 I have to pay. This is the amount I have to pay only. Okay. And what else I'm looking for? Suppose I'm looking for space also. In cloud, I'm planning to store 100 terabyte of data. So here, this is space. So I'm looking for 100 GB. 100 GB for 100 GB space, how much you have to pay? You have to pay $2. Suppose if I'm looking for 10 terabyte of space. If 10 terabyte of space, then $200. If 1 terabyte of space, then $21 you have to pay. So guys, this is the pricing calculator. Whatever the services you are using in your solution, make sure you'll calculate how much you have to pay. How much you have to pay in upfront, how much you have to pay after the users. Maybe 100% you have to pay after the users. So this is one of the pricing calculator is one of the portal which will help you a lot in real-time situation. So I will suggest you guys to use it. Now, once it is done, then scroll down. Scroll down, 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 down. In last, here we have the export. So guys, for my call center, I was looking, I'm looking for a website also. I'm planning to deploy my website. So two websites I'm looking for, and these two websites are written maybe in Java. Okay. So here, guys, if you remember earlier, I was telling there are lots of options to go with the free. We have free option, we have the shared option, we have the pricing. Pricing is very important. Lots of people are not practicing because they're scared. They think, hey, if I'll use, I have to pay. So no need to pay, guys. Either you will get a huge discount, or you can go with the free version, or you can go with the free version or developer version or shared mode. What if you have to pay maybe 100 rupees, 500 rupees per month you have to pay. So here, what I can do, I can go with the basic version where I'm looking for Linux operating system, and I have two websites. Two website. If the two website will run 24/7, then including these two, $26 per month I have to pay. And finally, scroll down, and here we have button scroll export button. Click on export button. Export button. So see here, in my solution, everything I'm going to deploy in United States, ECS. Remember, this is also very important. Make sure you will deploy your solution closest to the customer location, not in India, not in United States. From where your customers are, just deploy over there. And here, the other services we are using some compute services, data storage services, compute services, database services. And these are type of services, these are the region, and then this is description, sizing, and others. This is the estimated cost we have to pay. So to run a call center, how much you have to pay with the 100 basic machine or low configured machine, to hired server, lots of data storage option, databases, and many others, including everything, you have to pay $2,035. Means $2,000 per month you have to pay to Microsoft Azure monthly bill. Now, again,
So,
I take. Yeah, please.
so while we are going to use, for example, storage services, like if we go serverless, and we will not have to do any redundancy in that case. Like there will be no, I assume that Microsoft on their end will.
Redundancy is a different thing. So redundancy, you have to select whether you're looking for redundancy or not. If you select the redundancy, then you have to pay for it. If you're not looking for redundancy, then by default you'll get the 3 copy. By default, you'll get the 3 copy with the PaaS services, while in as services you have to provision it. So guys, redundancy is available with all the type of services. It's totally up to you what type of redundancy you're looking for. You're looking for no copy, you're looking for 3 copy, you're looking for 6 copy, or you're looking for multiple other copies of the data redundancy. Just go and configure it. That's a part of the course. In most, I think, almost in every session, in almost every topic, I talk about the redundancy also. Yes,
Yeah, but
Upendra.
redundancy also it takes the charges, right? For like
Yes.
3 copy or 6 copy or anything.
Yes. So redundancy is required to achieve the BCDR. So, and redundancy is not, it's not a generic terminology. It's depend on the service to service. For example, in some of the cases, they will not ask for you. They will not ask to you. They will give you 3 copy of the data. In other cases, they will ask you, hey, what type of redundancy you're looking for? You're looking for everything in one data center, everything you want to distribute in one region but different data center, or you want to distribute in multiple regions. So they will ask you during the provisioning, you have to ask, and as per your selection, they will provision your ecosystem and you have to pay as per whatever you have configured. Now again, I take a pause. If you have any question, then please ask your question.
So, sorry, replication means redundancy only, right?
Sorry again. What mean?
Replica means only redundancy, right?
Correct. You're right. Replica means in case you are going to create a replica of your data. Suppose I have 1 GB data in storage account. You're going to maintain 100 copy of the data. Then 100 times you have to pay. So by default, Microsoft will give you 3 copy of the data. If you're looking for 3 more copy of data, hundreds of kilometers or thousands of kilometers away from the primary location, then you have to select the better or different type of redundancy, and accordingly you have to pay. So If you're going with the storage account, for 1 GB of data, you have to pay 2 cent. If you have implemented LRS, or then you have to pay 2 cent. If you want to get where you'll get 3 copy of the same data, means 2 to 2. I mean, 2 cent you have to pay for 3 copy. But if you want to replicate 3 more copy of the data hundreds of kilometer away, then 2 more cent you have to pay. Means 1 rupee 80 paise per month you have to pay per GB data. Okay. Now, again, if you have any question, so what is my plan? From tomorrow, after it, I'll start the implementation. First, I'll give you the portal overview. I'll tell you about the data center, region, zones, how exactly these are interconnected. Then I'll give you the overview of the portal, what are the different of services are available, what is service, what is zone, what is resource group, what is the relationship between all these. I'll show you practically. Plus, I'll show you how you guys can build a team. Whenever you will be onboarded in a project, how to prepare a team. In your team, how to provide the permission to your team members. So all these will be covered tomorrow. So guys, from tomorrow, we will start the practical implementation. But immediately you no need to create the subscription. You have to create the subscription next Saturday. So next Saturday, I'll prepare a team, sub-team, not team, sub-team, where what you can do, you can start the practice. In between, lots of you already have shared your email ID. If you haven't shared your email ID in a group, then please share with me for the Google Classroom access. So let me show you something. So all the videos, as of now, today is the first session. So all the video will be available in Google Classroom. So you guys are sharing your email ID. Okay, so here. Okay. So this is batch number 83. You guys are the part of batch number 84. So in batch number 83, which is going on, it's the evening batch. So this is the team. Okay. So every session recording will be available here. For example, session number 1, introduction of cloud computing. And that day, what exactly we covered is available here. In case you want to go through the recording, so the recording is available. In case you want to play the recording, you can play. Okay. Similarly, that day, what was the MIM? MIM will be available here. Assignment will be available. Documents architecture will be available. So everything you will get here, means all the sessions, recording, discussion, assignment will be available. So for this, I need your access. So you guys are the part of batch number 84. So I'll suggest you guys to share. Just share your email ID, Gmail. Okay, so lots of people already have shared. If you haven't shared, then please share your Gmail ID for the classroom access. This is number 1. From tomorrow, I'll start the assessment also. Assessment means lots of people are not serious or they are not focused. So what I'm doing, I'll conduct a total 22 or 25 assessment. Minimum 22 assessment I'll conduct, where in last 50 minutes, there you will be evaluated. Whatever I covered is easy for you to understand or not. So there'll be question and you have to give your answer. For it, I have the Kahoot. So everything I have created in a Kahoot as a quiz. So there'll be 15-minute session for the assessment also. So there'll be assessment on daily basis. Starting you see here, the other assessment. So there'll be daily basis assessment. Weekly basis assessment. Himanshu, can you please go on mute? Sorry. So guys, there'll be daily basis assessment, weekly basis assignment, practical implementation. I'll start from tomorrow. Going forward in future, 80 to 85% time we will focus on the practical implementation. Remaining time we'll focus on the architecture, discussion, concept, into preparation, mock-up interview, and other activities. Now, finally, it's time for the Q&A. If you have any question, then please unmute and ask your question.
Tomorrow we'll
Aradhya,
start
what is
the
the
Azure hierarchy and everything, right? Or correct?
Sorry, Upendra. Please repeat the question.
Tomorrow session would be start from the Azure hierarchy, like subscription, tenants, and all those things, correct?
Yes,
Cloud
yes,
computing, all those
yes,
things.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because from there we have to start the implementation. For implementation, it's very
Yeah.
important to know all these.
Yeah.
I'll move slowly. Whenever you guys feel I'm running fast, then please let me know. I'll go a little slowly. The reason we have to prepare the foundation. If your concept is clear, your foundation is strong, then things will be very easy going forward.
So guys,
Email ID we have to send in the group itself.
one sec. Guys, whosoever is not on mute, please be on mute. It's disturbing a lot of other students. Thank you. Uh, there are a couple things, guys. This is Arun. So one thing you have to do is please be punctual from tomorrow because it is very important that we start on time. Today there were many attendees we allowed, uh, even if they joined a little later because it was our first class. But please be punctual. That's number one. Second is uh, Aradhya has a very structured and very excellent way of teaching and simplifying the concepts. So don't worry about with for each class he will give the share the objectives of the class beforehand. So you don't worry. Just show up to the class, work with one or two classes, then the concepts will start sinking in. It is very methodical, very structured. So don't be behind the class, don't be ahead of the class. Just be just at the point where he is, and you will have excellent results, as our previous 83 batches have had. Okay, so all the questions, like some people in the two or three first beginning classes, some people have some struggles with, okay, how do I do this? How do I, are you going to teach this or that? Or somebody will ask, hey, I have had a minor machine problem with this or that. All those, I call them teething issues, right? All those teething issues Aradhya solves very patiently. He will he will not only explain few problems as a group, but if there are necessary points where some people need individual help, we will make time for it. We will make time for everyone. Nobody will be left alone. But just have patience so that we combine the list of whatever things come up, we combine them and address them. A little patience with would be helpful going forward. But one thing we will not compromise on is please show up on time because that helps with the recordings. Because when people join at different timings, uh, it affects the flow of the class, and somebody has to unnecessarily take the responsibility of continuing to admit you. If you know that you're going to be late for a class, please inform us in advance saying, hey, because of I'm today my office is running really late, or I have had this health issue, and we will understand then. But as a habit, let's not try to do this. Thank you so much, guys. Back to Adya.
Okay. Thank you, Arun. Thank you very much. So
I have one question, Aradhya.
yeah, please.
Yeah, when you say like yes, when we do an horizontal expansion of any virtual vision or any web app, so you said, I mean, like as we discussed, or you told us, like yeah, we can bring down few resources down in the night so that as we don't consume them at most. So when we bring down, you said like the charge will be less. I mean, the charge will be
You're right.
less. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
my question here is like, will there be any minimal charge? Like, see, when you create an virtual machine, obviously EC2 instance, you will be using
So,
disk, you will be
no,
using
no, no.
network and all others.
Yeah. So
So,
for the VM, there is no charges. There'll be zero charges. But for the data which is attached with the VM, there'll be charges. For example, you have stored 1 GB data or 100 GB data. So for the data, there'll be full charges. The region data is stored. Machines are not used. So if you're not using a machine, for that machine, you don't need to pay. But the data which is stored, that is storage charges. Storage charges you have to pay.
okay, no compute charges, but storage charges will
Correct.
be applicable.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So mainly, guys, 90% plus part, the billing part, you are paying for compute, you are paying for memory, you are paying for the CPU, you are paying for the data storage. So
Yeah.
this is you are paying. So it means there's no computation, there's no memory utilization, you don't need to pay. But whatever the data you have to pay for it. So guys, I tell you one thing. Lots of people are complaining that hey, I'm not getting good salary or I'm not getting good height. So the reason you are not valuable, that's why you're not getting all these. So what you can do, just think about whatever you're thinking, just try to explore in very detail and just try to be appear as a solution provider. If you're a good solution provider, what you can do monthly, you can save a huge amount of your project. For example, I'll give you the example of my last project where we were paying, my customer were paying $28,000. And after resolutioning, I reduced the cost from 28,000 to 17,000 something hundred. Means $11,000 per month saving from one project. So whenever you guys are learning anything, so there are lots of points or there are lots of area where people don't think, and that will increase the cost of your project. So as a solution provider, you can reduce 30%, 40%, and sometimes 50% plus cost of your project. If you are at this level, you will be always valuable, always. So you can provide the solution if your knowledge is diversified, where the Azure Mastery Program will help you. Here we are covering 40 services, which is very high number. Even for the same course, United States, the fee is $3,000. $3,000, and here we are charging very limited amount we are charging. And here we are not, today was the first session, so I was talking about the foundation. But going forward, we'll talk about the first 15 minutes. I'll talk about the concept and architecture, and after it, implementation. Architecture, implementation, use case study, preparation, plus assessment also. Every Sunday, there'll be assignment. So I have the complete package available. If you are supporting, if you are punctual in the classes, if you are asking the question, things will be very easy. Yes, Krishna.
I just have one request, adding to what Arun has already said. I kindly request everyone to please raise their hand and not just talk and unmute all at the same time. Let one person speak, let them finish talking, and then let other person open up. I've seen cases where everybody talks at the same time, they unmute themselves, and they start hearing background noises of their family members, and it's extremely annoying. So please raise your hand, and Aradhya will take one by one. That's more organized way of being able to answer everyone's inquiries.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Krishna.
So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any question, guys? Upendra from Varanasi. Suresh Kumar. Sri.
Tangaraj here.
Yeah, Tangaraju.
Are you going to share these recordings today?
Yes, you will get the
Classroom.
recording after 3 to 4 hours.
Okay,
So
thanks.
classroom is ready. Classroom is ready. What I'll do, I will add your ID. Recording will take around 3 to 4 hours to complete. Once it will be ready, I'll upload with the MOM. Plus, whatever the deck I'm covering, all these deck also will be uploaded.
Thank you.
In the PDF format. Plus, I'll draw lots of architecture. By end of the course, you will get around 70 to 80 architecture. All these architecture will be also shared with you. Plus, I'll give you the interview book, ebook, interview guide, where few hundred questions are written. And it's not a theoretical question. The use cases, key properties, what to do, what to not to do. So service-wise, you'll get that also will be uploaded later stages. In last, you'll get a big book where we have around 358 pages, where that's very important for the architect purpose. So in case who is looking for the architect type of position, so that would be very important for them. So you will get the complete support, complete documentation, everything in the same Google Classroom.
Okay, thank you.
So guys, Aradhya, this being our first class and many new people joining us. Aradhya has prepared a list of certain ground rules and some essential information for you as a welcome package. He'll be sharing that with you after the class. So that should answer most of your questions about recordings, about anything that comes to your mind. I think he has made a brilliant welcome package to cover most of the things. But if there is something missing, we'll be happy to address that with you.
Thanks, sir.
Sir, in a real time, we use portal for creating resources or we use some automation tool for creating resources.
So there are two technical, there are multiple technique to provision, manage, monitor everything. One is through the portal, second is through the automation. For the time being, you guys are totally new. I'll start with the portal. Later stages, I'll cover it through the automation also. So automation you can understand or you can use only if you're good in all these. Directly, if I start the automation, everything will bounce and you guys will not join from tomorrow. So first, I'll prepare the foundation. Once you are comfortable, then I'll cover the automation also. Any other question? Dipanshu Srivastava, Abida Sheikh.
I'm sorted.
Aradhya,
Yeah.
Aradhya, this is Bharadwaja.
Yes, Bharadwaj Sharma.
What is that serverless computing, Aradhya?
Very good question. Anyone, any idea what is serverless?
You just explained in which we can go just for file services or app services rather than keeping a live server. I think so. And like
So serverless, most of
We
the
use
there are two
runtime.
concepts available. So over there in background, actually, you no need to create the infrastructure. You no need to create the server network. It will be managed by Microsoft Backbone infrastructure. And if you're using, then it will be active. If you're not using, then it will go in the sleep mode. For example, there are two SQL available. One is SQL database, second is SQL serverless. So SQL database, you have to pay higher amount. I mean, thousands of dollars per month you have to pay for the SQL database. But if you're going with the SQL serverless, you have to pay with a very less amount. So whenever you have this, you are doing lots of transaction, then ideally you should go, and if you have a huge amount of data, then you should go with the database. If you're planning to store the metadata configuration or any other type of configuration in a SQL server, ideally you should not use the SQL database. You should maintain all such type of data in SQL serverless. But why? The reason is whenever, especially in data engineering, whenever you are working on metadata configuration framework, that's very important. What you should do, you should maintain not in a database. You should maintain all the configuration inside the serverless. If you follow this approach, you will be able to save 90+% overall billing. Or 90+%, maybe 99%. The reason here you have to pay $5 to $10 per month. On the other hand, you have to pay thousands of dollars per month.
So,
Yeah,
so,
Ashram.
so guys, what Aradhya just said is, if I have to say it in a simple word, it means serverless does not mean there are no servers. Serverless only means that there are no server headaches. Why? Because of what he just described. It means that you are running the code without managing servers, infrastructure, scaling, provisioning. So servers will still exist. It is not serverless does not mean there are no servers. But the cloud provider is going to handle them behind the curtain. So you don't have to worry about it. You just write the functions, upload them, and cloud runs them on demand.
Correct, correct. And that is called the Microsoft Backbone infrastructure. Means they have automated system available. Through that automated system, they will give you everything, but it's their responsibility, not yours. You just focus on the application data, and remaining will be managed by them. And another feature is if you'll not use. So there are two types of serverless available. In one cases or in most of the cases, it will work on the sleep mode. If it will be used, then it will be active. It is not used, then it will sleep. Whenever new request will come up, automatically it will start. Suppose you have a website. There's no transaction. Daily basis, there's 1 or 2 transaction, 5 transaction, 20 transaction. Then in that case, what you can go with the serverless. it will sleep. Your database will sleep. Whenever the transaction will start, automatically it will active. Okay, otherwise it will save and save your cost. Similarly, in data engineering project, normally we are running our jobs on queue time, maybe once in a day, 2 times in a day, once in a week. So why we should pay for 24/7? Just store your configuration, metadata configuration inside the SQL serverless, and whenever the job will execute, that time it will active, and after it will sleep. Overall budget will be reduced. Approach, I mean, you should go with the proper approach. If your approach is correct, you will be able to save the overall cost of the project. Means maybe 30%, 70%, or maybe more than that. It depends. Any other question from anyone, guys? Then last question. Any last minute question if you have? Satyajit, Senapati, Snehal, Suresh, Upendra from Varanasi. Any question, guys? Ehsan Raja. Yes, Ehsan, please.
Very sorry for this question. Probably nobody will like it. Arun, you said that there will be no headaches, and like if we go serverless, I want to say that because of that headache, the system admins are paid. Like if there is no server, uh, like uh, like no patching, nothing. Like what? Because I have not seen serverless environment before. So what the uh, even we will be after one deployment, what we will be managing.
Okay.
Uh,
So I wanted to say it with caveat. So what I said was a generic statement just to make a point. What I meant, serverless is powerful, but it is not always ideal. So you may have long running tasks that can get expensive, or you can have cold starts that may add latency, or you can have debugging distributed functions that need observability. They may not be perfect for heavy continuous workload. So there are these scenarios, these nuances that will be taught to you as the class proceeds one step at a time, right? So that is the point.
okay. Okay.
So you are
Very
right. I
nice.
mean, thank you for bringing this up, and no question is silly, Ahmad. You said the right thing.
Thank you. Otherwise, I was thinking, oh, like this solution will eat
I
the
know, I know.
jobs.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, I'm happy that you brought it up.
Thank you. That's it.
Any other question, guys?
Sir, your team will help in the maintaining the LinkedIn profile also, right?
So, Arun.
Yes, sir. We have, so just so you know, so Aradhya will be covering all technology related aspects, everything. He's a one-stop shop for that. And then there's a global services group of COE, which not only Aradhya and I will partner, where we'll be helping you completely for your LinkedIn profile, for resume optimization, and much more. So, all the mock session interviews, everything will happen at the right time. It will happen very systematically. You will not even come to know how smoothly it has run. I mean, it'll be so smooth. And we don't have to wait till the end of the program to start it. I encourage, in fact, for those people who are enthusiastic, I always encourage them from day one. If you want to show me or send to me uh, uh, your resume or your LinkedIn, I can start taking a look at it now, assuming as if you have completed the course. We help people regardless of whether they have joined our course or not. Just so you know, I don't even care. We have been doing it for a long time, and the right group to join, Aradha will share that with you, is the Global Career Searcher Group. So COE is basically a big umbrella, and every group, whether it is cloud computing or Databricks or Fabric or everything else, comes runs under that group, and I manage the entire umbrella.
Any other question, guys? Mahesha, Mohit Tiwari, Ramila Fernando, Satyajit Senapati.
Guys, one thing I'll honestly say, just so you know, I have never met Aradhya in physically in person, but I have the highest amount of respect for his teaching, his style, and the efforts he takes to behind every single student. So, guys, no question is silly. Not just make sure you partner with him. You keep asking right questions, and he or I will not, leave anything in no stone unturned to help you guys one way or the other. You know.
Okay, I think no more questions. So we
Yeah.
good
Yes,
here.
I asked one question. Sorry.
Yeah, please, please.
Yeah. See, I have one help. Okay. See, if you are using Teams meeting, there is an option called we can add the transcription. Okay, and whatever we discussed, that will
So you
come.
get the transcription. You'll get the transcription.
Is
That
it
is called
possible to enable here?
no, no. By default, it's enabled. Whenever I'm starting the recording, so whatever we're discussing, everything will be available. So wait for 3 hour. After 3 to 4 hour, it will be available.
Yeah,
On
it's a part of the welcome note that Aradhya was supposed to write. He's going to write that welcome note shortly, where you will come to know the answer to every question that you may have. We have experience from over 83 batches. So yes, you will receive everything, not only the recording, transcription, those kind of things. So that will be helpful for you. Okay. And
Thank you.
you may not be maybe so all the notes that we have, like for the presentation that are there published, everything will be available to you, so you will be able to see. And Adya has a wonderful habit, in spite of me telling him that you're doing too much. I always keep telling him you are taking so much effort, you're burning yourself out, but he goes above and beyond, and he always gives diagrams, notes, whiteboard explainers, some fun formats. He'll keep sending stuff in the group, and you'll start saying, "Hey, Aradhya, my God, I'm so happy." I mean, there'll be only positive words that I've heard from pretty much everybody. But majority of your major portion of your material should be in the Google Classroom. They'll get uploaded. You have to be patient for 3 4 hours, because when there is a long Google Meet, it takes a little bit time to upload it on the same day. It'll be uploaded soon though.
Okay, thanks, sir.
any other question, guys? If you have, then please unmute and ask the question. If no, then we can conclude the session here.
Tomorrow is same link, right?
Same time, same link.
At certain, I would also like to mention that at certain in the previous classes, at certain point of time, few people requested that, if there is a long class, some people are not used to a long class format on Saturday Sundays. So some people requested, "Ki sir, Ardha sir, could you please, give a slight gap, after maybe an hour or 1.5 hours, could you give a 5 minute gap or a 8 minute or 10 minutes gap, which everybody agrees upon?" And Ardha has been accommodating that kind of a thing based upon the mutual consensus of all the students. But we expect all the students to return on time after the gap, not go for a long tea break and never get never get back, because it is in your own favor, right? All right,
Okay.
guys, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank
We
you.
will we
Thank
hope to
you.
see you fresh and happy tomorrow morning. And I'm sure that there are a lot of technical terms that have come, and it initially it looks okay, kaise hoga, how will I attend, how will I remember everything? But trust me, as time passes by, the all the things that you're learning will be hammered, in a way, in your mind, in a soft, gentle way. You will keep listing these terms again and again and again until it becomes a second nature. So thank you so much for attending. Ardha, outstanding job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
all.
guys. Bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you,
everyone.
Raja. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you
Aradhya.
next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.